If you don't want that, then fight. Even if that means you have to force them to listen to you. The words of someone who doesn't...
諸軍総大将官名より全蘇兵に次ぐこたびの栄えある海戦の一陣我ら蘇軍が受けたまった。
なんだこのバカでけえ声は。
隣の戦場だぞ。この戦で秦は滅ぶ。この戦は深く歴史に刻まれること間違いない。この大戦の口火を切る誉れ高き者は林北貴様だ。おう、
先方は。
よっしゃよっしゃ。我が名はその豪将林北。
林武君、そこか。同金の敵は。
我こそこの壮大な戦の幕を開ける者である。死を揺るがすのは誰か。天を震わすのは誰か。沈め戦軍。戦軍突撃や。将軍に続け。
さすが公将軍、そうこなくったよ。俺たちも続くぞ。突撃だ寸大。この大戦の口火を切るのは俺たちだ。
Yo, what's up? What's up? This your guy Ray Hama, 1 versus a million. I'm not your fan. I'm not your stand for. I am, brother. Please hit the like, share, subscribe, and hit the follow for the Rumble side so you'll be notified when I go live on the Rumble, especially for anime movie nights. But yeah, I gotta weigh in on this Ashley Jenae situation. Oh man. I'm hearing the talks and all that stuff, man, and and come to find out, I'm like, when I first heard, I'm like, wow, okay, so she's another divester, swirler that wanna, project their hate towards black men, and while propping up and putting white man on the pedestal, that typical shit. And then I've seen little clips or whatever, of her comments, and I'm like, wow, but. Regardless, I'm like, man, she didn't deserve to be unalive, you know what I mean? And, I'm like, damn, but hey, I don't know when you creatures are gonna learn, man. This is just one of the prime examples of why, you shouldn't be on that type of bullshit, just projecting your hatred towards black man and all that. Because you see, these kind of things can come right back upon you, and dude, and it was wild because okay, he took overseas, to Africa and proposed to her, and then sometime after. She was unalive, so, and it took over a week for him to report it to her parents, to her family, which was very suspicious, highly suspicious, highly suspect as hell. So I'm like, yeah. But then again, like many of cases have shown, these white guys, they ain't gonna be held accountable. Now, I don't know when these crazy ass women will get that through their head, but they're messing with these white dudes is dangerous as hell, especially more predominantly for y'all asses, which they have shown to not care, right? I'm gonna show some videos, right, of other brothers, you know, what I mean, of other prominent brothers speaking up on this, um, including Elder BGS is one of them, and but yeah, so I got the videos, you know, that basically would cover the whole situation, and brothers giving the truth of the matter, you know, what I mean, of how we should act and you know respond to this, and it's in the same as you creatures have done to us. Many of black men have been done wrong in in all kind of crazy ways by y'all when it comes to y'all weaponizing law enforcement, the white man against us. And to show that, you know, that you guys are so much on that tip, you know, you guys was in a private group, in a private meeting, or somewhat, was a clubhouse asking for a white man to basically to eradicate us. You creatures are beyond wicked and evil. And this example and this lesson should show to you, Hiffers, that being evil, harboring hatred, evil towards a man who really ain't done shit to you, but you was just programmed by those who came before you with that color purple bullshit to believe that black men are the problem, that black men are violent, that black men have protection issues. Well, from what I see, how weird is this? That that black men are the best protectors and are your and were your best protectors until it's been revealed that you guys are not our women. Because see, women who are truly our women respect us to the highest order. So much so to where we won't be seeing a lot of this wild Mad Max Thunderdome bullshit going on. With how wild and vile you wicked ass heifers be acting. And it don't matter your station. That's already been proven that no matter what position you guys hold, from the lowest to the corporates, y'all acting the same as one another. And that y'all love playing these dangerous ass games. Now somebody hinted that okay, that he could caught wind, okay, of her you know, taking pictures or taking pictures with other dudes, especially the black man. And he must have got upset or whatever, pissed about that, and you know, and did what he did and paid somebody to cover it up. And we can't say that, you know, as they say, well, he's like a CEO or some shit like that. Yeah, where the motherfucker supposedly, yeah, is getting a lot of money, obviously so, because he was able to afford to take her to you know, to Africa and possibly at other places. Yeah. So motherfuckers like that, yeah, they'll have the bread to yeah, to cover up a job. Because you got to think, you know, our American dollar still, you know, stretches in certain countries. So yeah, and And I despise such actions. I'm not saying, okay, y'all want us to, be unalive. Y'all gonna run into the white man and all that stuff. But dig this here. I'm in the name of the Most High God, my God, eternally Heavenly Father. I don't care enough to wish upon you to be unalive. I say it again. In the name of the Most High God, and as I believe, a multitude of other black men do not even care to harbor the necessary hatred of want to see a black woman, yet alone any woman for that matter, to be unalive. You see that you guys keep failing to pay attention, like the dumbasses that a lot of you guys are, that the simps and the motherfuckers that will accept your bullshit be the ones that would be crazy enough to do this kind of crazy ass obsessive shit. I mean, I'm hearing a little bit here and there, but where people be trying to shift the goalposts, onto black man. Black man ain't got shit to do with this. Where's my damn cigar? Black man ain't got shit to do with this. Shout out to you guys coming through. Let me see. Yeah, shout out Deacon. Salute to you guys coming through. Salute Brother Snowman, Brother Deacon Day. Yeah, and digging. Even for us, and this is for us too, us black men, as we learned way back when, back when, to be weary of these of these white motherfuckers. On the exception of those who are your bootlicks and who who don't see uh who don't see white people being able to do anything wrong. Yeah, those bastards. Your Anton Daniels and them. Um, yeah, we have to keep our eye on them too because, and definitely once over you crazy ass hippos, since y'all want to be so obsessed with their asses. Yeah, I got an image for y'all of a motherfucker from a very well known, highly esteemed video game franchise. Yeah, when you think about dealing with these white folks, these white dudes, yeah, you better keep this motherfucker in mind. Yeah. Gunter O'Dim from the Witcher series of the expansion pack of Hearts of Stone. Gunter O'Dim. Yeah. Like, he's like what living embodiment of what white folks, what white people, white dudes have been. Their nature. He's their nature wrapped up all in one. A guy who come through and set up slick contracts with you. And in this contract is basically, in short, wrapped around just like your danger and all of what you don't want is wrapped up and packaged with the illusion of what you think you want. And then once you get what you think you or what you thought you wanted, then you end up in a situation where like, man, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to come back from this. Damn, how can I recover from this shit? How can I get out of this deal with this motherfucker? Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, and don't be fooled. I mean, you gotta be wise with, and keep a watchful eye of anyone you're around. Hell, like it's never good to be naive with people these days. And yeah, so because I wanted to cover this, get this out the way, and get on to our regular programming of the Geekverse stream. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on this. I mean, um, and some people said, hey, her parents, her mother is was Swirl Divest or whatever, who married a white man who basically, who set her off on this path. I mean, to believe that this was okay, the okay thing to do to hook up with a white man in spite of black men. Yeah, like that's highly plausible, and yeah, evidence has shown this, of where there's been the women of yesteryears taught these behaviors and these thinking patterns onto the women, of today. But don't get it twisted. I mean, come on now, like the peers, the influences, and the peer pressure of the peers have typically been stronger than the influences of the parents, and then we can, attribute that to them not knowing how to properly raise children them damn selves, because they're dysfunction. They're dysfunctional on some level, right? And just like Elder BGS said, and I resonate totally, that we shouldn't care. Many a man of whom y'all laughed at when they get hit, when they get run over by a car by a woman, driven by a woman. Man could be literally left for dead, and you creatures, you hippos will mock and smile and take great glee within. And the beta male simp, worthless, hell-bound, spell-bound sons of bitches, yeah, they're gonna laugh and hook with the bitch just to appease her for some kind of adoration that will lead to her coochie. Or he's the type of motherfucker her money too. I just can't. I mean, I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, yeah, I don't. It's like it's hard for me to care enough because of the hatred that you guys have sown. These seeds of hatred that you guys have sown for over the past decades. You know, mockery of George Floyd, man, like other men who have like just been wronged by law enforcement, by the kid's mother, man. Many cases of the father being unalive by the help of his daughters, by using their boyfriend type of shit. And you guys laugh and mock. Oh, well. Oh, let's not get on talk about, okay, when a black man is with a white woman, and there's a case of that too, yeah. your case is, where the white woman took out the black man, and you guys like, that's what he get. That's what he get. That's on him. He should know better than mess with a white woman. Jonathan Majors, brother Jonathan Majors, y'all did the same shit with him when he was totally fucking innocent, all because he was dating a white woman. Now y'all know, and y'all proving that okay, y'all will express this hatred quickly towards this black man upon seeing us dating and mingling with women outside of the race. No matter if he's dated black women before or not, no, y'all don't care. Y'all will express that hatred with no problem on any platform and anywhere you go. And what I want to say is this: on that tip, if you hippers are that damn bold, why not wear T-shirts to identify your fucking selves? So we know them on where to compartmentalize your ass in, okay? Like, you know, what specific group to put your ass in, okay? And knowing, okay, how to operate around your ass and away from your ass. All right. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna hear from a few brothers. But I had to do it because and motherfuckers a question like, damn, like Gunter O'Dim operating just on some devil shit. And I was gonna question while playing it, and yes, I beat the whole game in its entirety, both expansion packs, all that shit. Yeah. Um the Anglo-Saxon, the white man, you know, and his devilish deeds and all that shit, yeah, that's Gunter O'Dim. Yeah. All wrapped up. All their fucked up traits is all wrapped up in him. The way they, you know, be on their trickery shit and scheming and all that. Yeah. Hell no. And it's like, come on now, like this. I'm just looking at you hippos like y'all dumb as shit. This ain't, you know, a stream to, you know, for me to say, hey, you know, crying, boo-hooing, or, you know, shame or SBN and that shit, you know, trying to SBE motherfuckers to come us now. Like y'all stay where the hell y'all at. No, like once that coochie has been tainted by the wet dog, yeah, yeah, that's your Gunter O'Dim. That's your contract, y'all. Yeah, that's your contract. You good? Yep, you white man. There you go. You can have them. Cause you ain't gonna, bitch, you ain't gonna come to me down with all them damn crazy ass spirits. Nope, I'm good. Motherfucker, it's kind of like some telltale reasons and signs as to why um, you always see these motherfuckers being chased and haunted and mutilated in these damn horror movies. Possessed. 95% white. Shit. I'm cool. Hell, we got to keep us black men. We got to keep a heavy eye on the motherfuckers. You know, and that's why we can't be naive. Them like some black men are out there who are quick to trust the white man than their own fellow black man. Think you know it's all good and jolly, blah blah, until they invite your ass to come out them and camp with them in the woods, and then there you go, the first nigga Roshi in a in a Blair Witch situation. No, sir. I'm cool. Fuck that. Hell no. So yeah, so for when we gotta be extremely careful in dealing with these damn crazy ass white motherfuckers, what the hell makes you think, black woman, that you don't have to, keep a careful watch eye in dealing with the white man? But y'all obsession and hatred as y'all obsession with the white man and y'all hatred for black man overrides logic and reason and what's sound. So I don't know how many times motherfucker I tell y'all, damn it, when y'all play with the dark arts, you you always have to pay. There's something you always have to sacrifice. Whether it's sowing what's good, holy and righteous. Even then there's sacrifices within that. But as you know in the typical, hey, when you do good towards others and treat others well, it comes back upon you. I mean, I don't know, Cats probably would have feel for you a little more, feel for her a little more if she didn't have all that, hateful shit to say about black man. But yeah, without further ado, speaking of, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna pick one of these videos to share first and cut the blade on. Yeah. In respect to the elder, I'm gonna share him first. And then we're gonna get on the other two brothers. All right, we're gonna share their stuff. But yeah, I had to, weigh my take in on that before I share these other brothers' view on the situation. Because I always found that odd, and I even looked at my own sister deranged. Yes, my own sister who basically married a white man. You know, years ago, and guess what? He put his hands on her too. What the fuck I'm gonna do about it? Shit. Hell, motherfucker, that's what you chose. And hell, when you took a break from him, your ass went to go mess with another white man who looked even a little crazier. So all I can do is just pass on the good wisdom and love from my God the Most High and just say, hey, may God bless you. Hey, real shit. Real shit. And I haven't heard it yet, but damn it, if somebody say it, motherfucker, they need to get cussed out, boy, to high heaven. You hear me by coming forth saying, oh, how how uh how come you black man ain't coming speaking up in defense of Ashley? How come you guys ain't showing no empathy and sympathy? Don't shut the fuck up. Any kind of talk like that, for man or woman, you can take 15,000 back seats and shut the fuck up. For us black men, we have endured way more hell in this damn country than any fucking group combined. So much so to where we are justified. Angry black man, you damn right. We have a fucking right to be angry. We have a fucking right to be pissed off. Because why? We are also the only resilient group of men who is basically in a war on multiple fucking fronts. With women who's supposed to be our women, and with men who wants to be enslaved to you damn crazy ass chaos goblins at the expense of their own fellow black man slash brother. And I'll tell you, such a man like that, a quick unaliving is too good for them. They are worse than scum. I'm saying for you divestors and swirlers. There shall be no empathy or sympathy have for her, but may God bless her family. And he's gonna say this in this video too. I will say that though from the stream from the elder, what he said was ring true. He's like, hey, damn it, that's your daughter. Okay, how the hell come you guys should be fixated on taking a damn trip down there quick instead of playing this waiting game and all that, waiting for them motherfuckers to get back with you, motherfuckers who have been bribed and shit. No, like get on that damn plane, go there, damn it, and ask questions. Me, I'll be wise about it. Yeah, I will, yeah, boy, yeah, this is the tube. This is the tube. So, and she's a full grown woman, you know what I mean? Hey, she's able to do, she's able to do what she want to do. But her life still didn't deserve to be taken. Oh, granted, yeah, she has some beauty of her, yeah, she's beautiful, but minus the makeup, you know what I mean? Because she was rocking a lot of makeup. I would say a little bit, not as much when she was hanging with this other cat who I won't mention yet because it's in one of the videos. But yeah, it's kind of like with new updates, something that came out within the past day or two. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. But yeah, first off, Elder BGS. Here we go.
And she described it perfectly.
And this is a white woman that described it perfectly. Yeah. All right, YouTube, come on now.
If her belief is that black men are hard to know, non-emotional, hard to get to know, whatever her thought is around that, like that's going to impact all the way down. So if she believes that about black men and then she feels closed off herself and then feels like she needs to be guarded and act hard, I don't know, then that's the experience that she's always going to have with black men.
Yep.
Yes, if she thinks white men are the king and are emotionally available and there for her and do all this other stuff, she's going to feel more respected and more loved. Therefore, she's going to act different. So unfortunately, I feel like for a lot of black men, they're starting probably in a hole, whereas white men are starting on a pedestal. And if we're really getting into the race thing and you're wanting to like break that down,
Did she just say that, man? We got to clip that. I'm gonna clip that one.
so if that's a
In other words, I mean, she said probably black man begin in a hole and white man begin on a pedestal. Okay, there was a brother. There was a Nigerian guy that was a restaurant manager. Said the exact same thing. Okay, these bras were paying for Zaddy to be with Zaddy because he was on a pedestal. He was on a pedestal. Okay. That's she also said something else. Okay, let's play her one more time, and then we'll get into what Shay said. So we're gonna go to. Come on, y'all. Come on, YouTube. Act right.
because you have a certain idea about people that's impacting everything else.
Yeah. No, that makes so much sense. If you're coming into a relationship and you're already assuming that this white man is going to treat me, white men are more romantic, which is something that I've heard. What white men are more submissive. Well, you heard that.
And then you wonder why black men marry white women. Or Asian women or whoever else. If that's what you think about black men, why would they want to date you?
Ooh,
why would they want to date you?
Ooh, say that again, white girl. Why would they want to? I always ask black men, what okay, if you're women, and I know our women feel that about us because they say it on a daily basis, okay? They say it online, they say it in comment sections, they say it to your face, how they feel about you. Dr. T constantly plays this stuff, okay? How black women feel about you. And the thing is, we got to be the most loyal motherfuckers on the planet. I really do believe that. Got to be the most loyal motherfuckers on the planet. We get shit on by our women and still want to date them, and still defend them. We don't just get talked about. We get shit on by our women. So that's how come I don't feel anything about this chick. I really don't. I don't feel nothing. I don't feel squat about her. Let's get this one, okay? Let's go ahead and get Shay. Let's get Shay, okay? Okay, this is why black men aren't concerned about Ashley Jenae's tragic end. Okay, she's done about 3, but I'm gonna play this one. Rumor is she was cheating on him. That's why he started the argument. Could be. They had a big fight. Okay. I mean, if she's a stripper and she's a OF girl, stuff like that. That comes with the game. So, but you show off your white man like you're proud of him. I'm ice cold. Choose better. My thing is tragic, but it ain't my fault. It ain't my fight, man. She's not my problem.
Conversation around the tragic story of the soft life influencer Ashley Jenae. And what I want to cover off in this video is the mixed response that we see between, many black women and black men, and really what this is revealing about what's going on today, socially, politically, racially, and ultimately how this is impacting the dating and mating market. Now, when it comes to the apathy that some black men displayed regarding Ashley Jenae's unaliving, here's what I've noticed. The primary reason there were black men who were apathetic.
Our help would have embarrassed her. Let her preference handle it. Exactly. Let white men handle it.
About the unaliving of this young black woman is because of one thing: disrespect. Disrespect. See, Ashley Jenae, she branded herself as a soft life influencer and a soft life divester. And if you guys know anything about the divestiture movement, I've covered this off exclusively. The divestiture movement is very anti-black, and it's very anti-black male. Mm-hmm. You have prominent divestiture or divestiture adjacent content creators who were promoting the unaliving of black male babies,
Yes.
who were actively going out of their way to consistently call black men bullet bags.
Mhm.
You had some, I remember one who actually
All them
had a
evil
photo
ass
of a black man
creatures.
being lynched in her profile photo.
Yep.
She had
Yep.
that for
Yep.
years.
Yep.
You've had some even conspire with the Klan and talk about ways in
Deleting us. Yep. Yep. On Clubhouse. Yep.
which the Klan can
Yep,
quote,
that's what I
handle
was talking about.
black men by getting rid of them. And so there's a very
A lot of black men got deleted by the Klan is because that black woman got mad at him. A lot of black men, that's how met their maker. Okay, because the white man she was secretly going across the bridge with got pissed.
deep, dark history to the divestiture movement. If you're familiar with the divestiture movement, you'll know that the divestiture movement is very deeply connected to anti-black misandry. And unfortunately, Ashley Jenae, when you looked at some of her previous posts, she didn't necessarily have the most positive things to say about black men. So what I'm saying is, when a black woman has a history of
look at that.
openly disrespecting black men in her lifetime,
every day black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. Okay. And you expect us to defend her? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of
in
here.
her demise,
Hell no.
those same black men don't necessarily feel obligated to pay her any respect, to
Exactly.
pay her any mind, or to really care. The best thing they could do in that sense is just disconnect themselves, say this is not our fight.
Exactly. What did I say? It's not our fight. Okay. It's not our problem. It's called indifference. Okay. We don't wish her any harm, and we don't wish her well either. Wish her well either. Okay?
Exactly.
Chose her side.
In other words, bitch, the game is the game. Okay. And so usually we talk about 17, 19, and 21-year-olds in these cases. Who exactly was this 31-year-old influencer influencing? Think about it. Her younger folks. Okay. Whatever it is, man, especially with the NBA guys, man, the 30 and over crowd, strippers and porn girls and IG models are having their heyday. I can't explain it. I heard that some black men actually warned her about the guy and said Brad had a weird look about himself, but actually accused him of hating on her. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, there's always, like Mr. Z, there's always some black guys out there trying to swim out and save these hoes, okay?
And there are many black men who have that perspective. And while it might be easy to assume that black men who take this position are immature.
What about Kevin said, what did they do to him? Kevin had health problems anyway, so and he was working like 18 hours a day in his 50s. So,
and they dance on his grave.
There are a lot of things that could have happened to Kevin. There are a lot of things. I can't even speculate.
Evil bitches.
But what happened to Kevin is between Kevin and his family. His family could have actually ordered an autopsy. Maybe they did. I don't know.
They are incels. They hate their mama or whatever. Unfortunately, we saw the exact same position taken with Kevin Samuels. We saw black women celebrate, do a victory lap, say congratulations, and be happy when Kevin Samuels passed away.
Yes.
We saw them celebrate when he passed away because they believed that he was harmful to their image, that he was harmful to them.
Mm-hmm.
So this actually goes both ways. And listen, I'm not necessarily saying that this is right. I take the position that there's never really a reason to celebrate the unaliving of anybody. There's never a reason to be happy or to take pride in that. But for those who are not celebrating her unaliving, as I mentioned before, the apathy is simply coming from a place of men coming to the point where they say, okay, if you're going to reject us in your lifetime, then we have no obligation to try to respect you or honor you in your unaliving and your death. Even if it was at the hands of the man that you were worshiping. Even if it was at the hands of the man that you were idolizing, that you were promoting over us. And many men take that position. And listen, this is not exclusive to black men. I've seen white men do the same thing. I've seen white men culturally shame, completely and totally just destroy white women who end up with black men.
Oh yeah, well, white men don't play that shit, man. They'll call her a coal burner and a night ride, all kind of shit, man. But we don't do that with our women. Black men do not actually go after their women for dating white people. We don't, because it's so normal. Okay. Black women have been sleeping with white men for 250 years. It's normal. Doesn't even bother us anymore. Baby, go do you. You're sleeping with him behind our backs anyway.
Especially if the relationship ends up going bad, or she ends up being, abused in some way, or it just ends up, turning out toxic. It's just, just go and X. You know what I mean? Or just listen to the manosphere from a white guy's perspective. Like,
I was done when they danced on Kobe Bryant's grave, man, because he's married to a Latina. I was done then.
They do the same thing.
Bullshit,
this is not unique to Black men specifically. This is something that you'll find honestly across all cultures. So, but we can't make this seem as if this is something that only Black men do. But I think we also have to start to understand why these things are going on. And I'm not necessarily saying that I agree with it. Ultimately, there's a grieving family, there's a grieving mother, father. There are people who know Ashley Jenae, who love her, who support her. But, the crazy thing about the internet is that it lives forever. And one of the reasons I've been really, really cautious about critiquing the divestor space, the hypergamy soft life space, is because I can see some of the toxic messaging and some of the toxic narratives that come out of it. And unfortunately, in the case of Ashley Jenae, a very attractive woman, unfortunately, because she was connected to that space, that can brand her in a way that creates these negative dialogue and these, just these negative responses in a time when ultimately her family should be getting support.
I mean, let the white people support her. Okay, she got a GoFundMe. Let white people donate to it. Okay, and let Black women that love that kind of stuff support her. Okay, like I said, I feel nothing.
And finding out what actually happened. Another reason you may see a mixture of apathy coming from Black men.
I'm an agent. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm not no goddamn agent, and you know better than that. Because if I was an agent, you wouldn't still be here. And with your 85 IQ ass, okay? I don't even know why Terrence Brewer, why the fuck do you show up to my channel, okay? If I'm an agent, because 90% of the shit I say is 100% correct. How agents actually spill disinformation? Fuck her. I had no compassion for her. Okay, none, zero. Got no compassion for her.
Another reason you may see such a mixed response, particularly coming from Black men, is the simple fact that this scenario, as tragic as it is, as sad as it is, as unnecessary as it was and is actually not surprising. There have been countless and countless and countless and countless examples, not only just in the last few years. If you just understand the history of America, if you understand racial, political dynamics, if you just understand.
Yeah, I'm saying 85 IQ, and I'm being generous. I said so. So the two broke body bag brass supposedly protect and provide are so pathetic that the Black father had to sell catfish place to put her divest her carcass on a tugboat floor. Bury her there. She took her ass. The thing is, if you're such a great influencer and divester and all that kind of shit, and you got all these fans, you should have 50 grand to bury yourself or get your body back. It don't cost 50 grand to ship your body back from Tanzania. Don't cost that much. Yeah, 85 is too high.
The position that white men hold socially, politically, the position Black women hold socially, politically, what that has meant, what that means. Like, just if you have just a basic understanding of how society works, then you would know that these situations have happened and still happen all of the time. And so another reason, to a certain extent, you might see a bit of apathy is because this is just simply not surprising. And, I don't want it to happen again, but it's just a matter of, okay, well, how many more days or weeks or months are going to pass until there is another scenario? Because unless something dramatically changes, then we're going to continue to see the same thing. Black women end up being unalive, dismembered, put in body bags or whatever. A white man, suspicious white man's nearby, There's all these questions around her death, and then he walks away free. This has happened so many times, I've lost count. As I've told you, just in my own channel alone, I've literally lost count of the amount of cases of divested disasters where Black women are, swirling, they're doing their soft life thing or whatever, and they end up missing, and then they end up being unalived. I think maybe literally the one story that I've covered off that actually got a sense of justice was Jenae Robinson. And
I mean, we could attack white men all we want, okay? We could attack white men all we want. The thing is, they still gonna pick them, and they're gonna pick them behind them. At least one thing I can say about the divestors, at least they do it in front of us, okay? At least they don't go sleep with their white man and come back like they didn't do shit. At least they're honest. At least they're honest hoes, as Della Reese says. They're honest hoes, and all them hoes are honest. They don't sleep with the white man behind their back and run back over here like they're loyal.
I think the reason that got justice is because the crime was so heinous, it was so grotesque, it was so egregious, and it was just so sloppy. I mean, the man left her body parts everywhere. He was on camera multiple times. Like, he was just so sloppy in the way that he did it that it was kind of hard not to prosecute him. I mean, it just was so blatant. But outside of that, there's been countless stories of Black women who have been in similar positions and who have been unalived.
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys get prosecuted. Sometimes they walk free. And in cases where they are prosecuted, it's not often that they are prosecuted heavily. Very often these cases get little to no publicity.
Because it's not illegal to kill your bed wench, okay?
Because to the general mainstream society, this is not a big deal. Unfortunately, this is commonplace. So I'm certainly not saying that it is right in any way or in any circumstance to celebrate the demise of this young woman. I don't agree with that. Just in general, I don't agree with celebrating the unaliving of somebody, even if you don't like them, even if you are just ideologically opposed to them. But I wanted to explain, what was going on, because I saw a lot of conversation about women being confused and being like, oh, these guys are incels and these are this and that. And I can understand the frustration. I can understand how easy it can be to point to fingers, but I wanted to kind of peel the layers back and actually look at why. And we understand that, unfortunately, Black women in the exact same position have done the exact same thing.
Yeah, the game is the game, man. The game, the game is fair. Okay, it might be uncool, but the game is fair. So if you play the game, you play those away games, okay, and you get taken out, you get an attitude, you do something wrong, and Zaddy decides to take you out. In a foreign country, the game is the game. You felt if you loved him enough to actually go to Tanzania with him. Says, oh well, it looks like Keisha's Polly Murray chickens have come home to roost. Now many of us brothers are in our Heath Ledger Joker mode. We're sitting back and watching the world burn. Yes. Brad is not your savior. This is only the beginning. Brad is not Tyrone. No, he isn't. Could it be that we tolerate ABW more than we do? I mean, some of the stuff. If white women said the exact same thing to white men that Black women say to us, the white men would leave in droves. They wouldn't even sign up for it. They'd bounce. If Asian women said the exact same thing to their men that Black women say to us, they'd bounce too. I'm getting sick of Black men taking this shit. I really am. I'm getting sick of it. LOL for the longest avatar was that dog that's sitting in the fire with his coffee. I want to see that one, man. I want to see that one. That's hilarious. I'm an agent now. What beach in King Kong, mofo. Black men are too tolerant of Black women. That's why they don't want us going overseas. Okay. One thing I say with passport bros like Dr. Neil. Okay, they're exposing the attitudes. Okay, and they're showing that Black mama's attitude is abhorrent. Okay, and we've been taking it because we've been trained to take it and trained to excuse it. Dr. T was showing videos about blue leashing, right? Okay, where this guy's mother, okay? Now the guy's 19, 20 years old, okay? Living with his mommy, blah, 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 right? And she's pissed at him. So instead of working it out and having him move out or whatever, however long it takes, right? She calls the cops and says that he has a gun. And they show with guns drawn on this kid. And she's hollering and screaming, he didn't really have a gun. I just wanted him out of my house, okay? This kid could have gotten killed. And guess what the guy said trying to protect mama. I don't think really, I understand that she lied and stuff like that. And as they were handcuffing her, I don't think she should go to jail and blah, blah, blah. Sha'Carri Richardson's boyfriend said the same thing after she beat his ass for 5 minutes on camera. We are trained to take this shit. Dr. T just had a video today talking about that. We try to be nice to our women to prove that we are real men. And I'm personally getting sick of this, okay? Because trust and believe, if I was a white guy and she was dating a black guy in Tanzania and she got off, man, they be drinking coffee, okay? Talk about how good and hot the coffee is, and laughing. They probably have a picture of a mud shark belly up. But we supposed to feel sorry for her parents. Fuck out of here. No, we don't, because they raised us a certain way. You know what they when I was younger, right? Okay, say like my brother's married to a Filipina, okay, and I seen my sisters trying to train her how to treat my brother. Don't spoil him, okay. Girl, you got to be meaner to him, okay? You can't be too obedient. Yada, yada, yada. They're trying to train her how to be a black woman, how to treat your man, because he going to think that he's better than he is. That's the one thing that I've been taught, okay? I've been taught raising a black family as an outlier, okay? Your parents are always trying to crush you. I mean, I used to get criticized from the time I was 3 years old, man. I thought I was dumb. I thought I was stupid. I thought I was crazy. I thought I wasn't smart. And I didn't realize I was smart until I was 16 years old and I took an SAT test. And I took an SAT test with a bunch of smart ass motherfucking white people, right? Okay. And I had the third best score. I had Asians and white people asking the teacher, why is his score better than mine? And I realized, oh, motherfucker, you smart. So what your parents have been telling you all your life is not true.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll get back to it. Which is why they don't like the black manosphere, because we trying to kill that noise, man. Fuck them.
We understand, how the
Damn right, Elder.
narrative surrounding the divestiture movement and how misandrous that's been. And then when we just understand how society works and the position that whiteness and blackness holds in society in 2026, I think it starts to give a bit more context as to the way people are reacting. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not even saying it's justified. But I do think it's important.
See that? And I've done videos on that. Man, I've done videos, especially that one with Jet Magazine. I did a video on that one. This shit's not new, okay?
Anyways, what do you guys think about this whole thing? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. My heart goes out to the family. I do hope they find the justice that they're looking for. I hope that they
get your ass on the plane and go over there. Get your ass on the plane and go over there.
Yep, and that's real talk. Like I said before, hey, get your ass on the plane and go over there. Look, I'll be going over there. They want some taken equalizer type of shit. But damn it. But then again, it's like, hey, it comes back to that rule of thumb where we can only protect our children, so much. And hope that the wisdom and the guidance and structure you passed on to them, that they'll carry that over and make wise and better choices than bad, so they can live a fruitful life under God. So yeah, and dude, the blue leashing is wild, and yeah, apparently it's true where in Clubhouse there's women that has been advocating for the death of black men and boys. So I'm like this, man, why not come out forth, man, and just wear some type of like signature or something like that. That's why I said an armband, to better identify on like who and what you are and why the hell your ass need to be separated away from the rest of the group who do value families, who women who will value their man, who respect their man, because through that respect comes forth love. So, but yeah, let's share this other half. But yeah, man, and that whole blue leashing thing is that's just really, yeah, that's something that can get black man's lives taken away from them, literally and financially, because those calls and those wrongful and unlawful arrests, that type of shit does and has been costing black men a lot. So, but yeah, let's get to this last half of this video. Because I did have to edit it, but a little bit. So yeah, but here we go. Oh yeah, before I go, man, wasn't that bold of that white woman too? I'm like, okay, another white woman getting bold on black women, you know, and stated the truth about their crazy asses and laughing at them, talking about, you wonder why, black men are marrying us, are marrying out, like away from you guys, like they're not trying to mess with you at all, like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, that had to piss off a lot of black women right there when she said that. But let's go. I got some shit to show.
Videos on that, man. I've done videos, especially that one, that one with Jet Magazine. I did a video on that one. This shit's not new, okay?
Guys, what do you guys think about this whole thing? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. My heart goes out to the family. I do hope they find the justice that they're looking for. I hope that they
get your ass on the plane and go over there. Get your ass on the plane and go over there. If you want justice, because there was my little girl, okay, and she got off by her zaddy, okay. First thing I would do is I'd be booking a plane to Tanzania, going over there to talk to people. All them dudes get offed and killed down to all them dudes that get killed down in Colombia, okay, get scopamine and killed in the DR and shit like that, man. And women are laughing. Oh, well, you shouldn't go over there and be messing with them women. Man. And women are laughing. Oh, well, you shouldn't go over there. They laugh at us. But we supposed to feel sorry for her. Get the fuck out of here.
Nope. Well, she shouldn't have been messing with that white man then.
get some answers. It might be a little bit more challenging being that this crime took place overseas, but definitely my heart goes out to the family. Anyways, y'all, thanks so much for listening.
I mean, good for you. And she's got a good heart, okay? She ain't like me. She ain't like me. Yeah, okay. They even bringing it up, yeah. And we see this one I want to play with by Lady Boulay. Guarantees that he's walking free and the women will blame us for not doing anything. Well, fuck, good. Guess what? That's why I play this, okay? That's why I play this all the time, okay? So y'all get used to it.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Play it every day. You get used to it. Fuck what they say, okay? Fuck what they say. That's why I put it. It ain't our problem. If they want to fly over there and go prosecute or go prosecute for her for her justice, let them do it. Okay, let them do it. They got money. They balling. They got degrees. They got legal degrees. They got all this education. Let their asses go over to Tanzania and doing it. They got women over there in Tanzania. Let them handle that shit. I ain't heard none of them black chicks from Tanzania saying shit about this, okay? Yeah, man, white dude teacher lets the last...
Yeah, that's a great point.
Room in the prep class, but the class with all black dudes, he didn't. And I ended up with both classes by surprise. Actually, I heard she paid for the. She probably did. She probably did. So she can influence other, other swirlers to basically get with their slave master. I have no problem with it. Okay, none. Okay, now this is going to be Lady Boulay. Okay, who's a gynocrat. I don't particularly like her. Okay. But now the shoe's on the other foot because it was a black man doing the same shit like a passport bro. She'd be all in her ass. But now now it's a we problem. Okay, man, it could be anywhere, man. It could be anywhere. They got chicks in Ghana. They got chicks in South Africa, black chicks in South Africa. They got chicks in Tanzania. Okay, they're right there. If they want to advocate for her, they can. I haven't heard not one of them say shit. Okay. Now, if y'all want to swim out and say them hoes like Mr. Z says, please do, man. Not my problem. I don't wish her any ill, I don't wish her parents any ill, but it's not my goddamn problem. I feel nothing about her. Just like when the dude selling drugs and gangbang gets shot, okay, and killed during the funeral. I don't feel nothing for their parents. I don't feel anything for their parents. Okay, you crying, but you knew the motherfucker was fucking up the whole time, and you did nothing. So why should I feel for it about his death? Okay, the game is the game. The game is the motherfucking game.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another.
Really. Okay. Yeah, you don't do a good job of it. Shout out to Chainsaw Brad. Keisha will still drink from Brad's fountain. Keisha will. That's because, okay, I'm going to tell y'all the last time, okay? Keisha is Brad's woman. Keisha's not your woman. She's Brad's woman. That's like you be starting a hole, okay? She's trying to get back with her man. All feminist language says including Pauline Murray, said basically racism is because white men refuse to marry their black concubines. Your IQ's 86. Yeah, motherfucker, nah. Somebody lied to you, motherfucker. With your dumb ass. Yeah, Kevin would say, 86 at best.
Whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And y'all, this is very serious. I guess you've all heard by now of the young lady, the influencer, social media influencer, Ashley Jenae, who was found dead in Tanzania last week or week before last. She was on vacation with her supposed fiance, and she comes up dead. She's 31 years old. Her parents are grieving, and they don't know what happened to her. Now they're investigating the fiance.
Like Kevin says, average at best, 86 at best. My Winter Soldier chip was removed after I saw that panel with Sensei G calling us bullet bags. I have been side-eyeing Keisha ever since. And guess who? And guess who? She went all the way across the country to have a baby by a black guy. Okay. And all her siblings are married to white people, except her. She never was our woman to begin with. Exactly. And keep it a buck. I heard that, man. But people don't like me saying it, okay? And I'm pro-black, you know. They don't like me saying it. You know, because my mentor, she'll tell me to shut up in a heartbeat because it's a woman's panel. She'll check me in a heartbeat because you know what I'm getting ready to say is not going to go over with her crowd. And I don't blame her, you know. I'm there to help her make money. So I had to be quiet. But on my channel, shit. Keisha will still drink from Brad's toilet after he made his deposit. Yes, that's her job.
Because the
only thing I can say about the Vesters is at least they're honest, okay? They'll actually bring him out front. At least they're honest. Most of these black chicks that bang white guys are dishonest, man. They sneak over, they get a little bit, okay, and let him smutter out, and then bring his innards back to us, and then laugh about it.
death seems suspicious. Her parents are saying that she would never take her own life, which is what they said at the beginning. But now there are questions, and the fiance is being held for questioning. Now, remember a year or so ago when in Georgia, when the young white woman killed the black man had been on social media talking about how much he disliked black women and how this white woman was a blessing for him and everything. And then the white woman ended up killing him. And then his brother or cousin or something went off on black people because black women weren't.
And he's a tether. He wasn't even, he wasn't even FBA. He's a tether. But that's beside the point.
Weren't grieving for him. They were laughing about it or mocking it, or he felt they were mocking it in some way.
Yeah, they were laughing. They were laughing at him. I remember this, okay? I see black women get in kente cloths, dreadlocks, red and gold and green colors, black power, yeah, Brad, around with black, yeah. And we accept it. We accept redhead stepchildren all day long. Not a mathematician, but fuck around and find out equation. Black women are in their finding out era. They are finding out that society can no longer subsidize the concept of their act. Yeah. Yep. White women, their white mistress and their master are cutting them loose, man. Like they said, Massa, you gonna let me go? Now I think I distinctly remember that he was not FBA. I think this is the guy.
Same thing has happened here. Black men are not feeling sympathy for this young woman's family because she has been on social media talking trash about black men. Here's the thing. America is a big country. America is an open country, and people have all kinds of freedoms. If you like a white woman, you like a white woman. You don't have to say anything about black women. If you like white men, You like white men. You don't have to say anything about black men. You don't have to say anything about, oh, these black men are so awful and, oh, I got me a white man. And then you end up dead. And then the black men are saying, well, you see where that got you. Now, look, black men and black women really need to respect each other. You need to respect each other's choices. And you need to respect.
And now it's a we shit. Now, when it was a he shit, it was black men. Okay, it was Jermaine's fault. But now since it's her fault,
Right.
Keisha's fault, all of a sudden it's a we shit.
Respect each other's space. And the same thing with them. If you don't have to say anything about black women. You don't have to say anything about black men just because you got a white man. Because the marriage is going to tell the story. If you get married to him, and if you can stay married, well, that's fine. But you still don't have to bring black men into it, because when you bring black women into your relationship, or when you bring black men into your relationship with these other races of people, it seems like an unresolved issue. You need to get your issues straight before.
The thing is, if there's a picture or anything floating around with a black man and a white woman, all of a sudden a black one have something to say, like the guy that played Lawrence in Insecure, right? Okay, he had to hide his girlfriend before he married her. Had to hide her. Michael Thompson has to hide his wife because she's white. Has to hide her because he and her will get attacked. Okay, Doc Rivers, right? Doc Rivers had a white wife, man. His house got burned down in North Carolina. Oh, she sounds boule. She sounds boule. She sounds Southern boule. That's how they sound. Yeah. Now it's Mia Culpa now, Doc.
Before you commit or before you start claiming these other races of people. Because after all, there are about 20 million black men and about 20 million black women of marriageable age in the United States of America. You haven't met all of those people. You met one or two, and you had one or two bad experiences.
Yeah, but they don't stop you from putting the blanket over everybody. Now, I heard you before. They can blame us all they want, but the bottom line is that these powerless ass Keishas and Roland Martins can't do anything to punish us that they haven't already done. They can kick rocks, exactly. They can kick rocks.
Experiences, and so you're judging the other millions for those bad experiences, and that's not right. It's not right.
Yeah, but it's human. They do it all. Y'all do it all the time.
So here you have a family that's grieving. The family is really grieving over this.
Oh, now it's a family. I don't give a shit about the family when you was running around with Brad in Tanzania.
This girl, she's a beautiful girl. So to say that no black man wanted her is really a stretch. It's really a.
Nobody said that. The thing is, if she gonna flaunt Brad around, of course the black man gonna touch her. I don't blame him.
Stretch. So I'm going to show you what they're saying about this, and then I'm going to have some more to say about this.
I know you will.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I told y'all that I would go live or post a video whenever there was any type of update in this case concerning Ashley Jenae. Her mother, Yolanda Endress, and her father, Harry Robinson, did speak with ABC News yesterday, and they said that as of right now, okay, Joe McCann's passport has been seized, okay? So he is still in Tanzania, okay?
And that's going to happen whenever a woman dies suspiciously. The man she's involved with, her husband or her boyfriend or her fiance, is going to be the first one that the police is going to look at, because at 31, what is she killing herself for? Now, it was reported that they had such an altercation that they had to end up in separate rooms, in separate hotel rooms.
So how do you sneak back over there to put a noose around her neck? Okay. Notice how these chicks speak French when they get their button sling. Oui, as in yes, you are the biggest problem, ma'am. Yes. All of a sudden, it's French when it's their fault, right?
In Africa, and what could have gone so wrong so quickly? They become engaged one day, the same day that they have such an altercation. that they have to be separated in hotel rooms, and then the next day she ends up dead. What could have happened in that short of time? That's a question for the police to explore.
I know that there are conflicting reports. I don't understand why, because I even said yesterday myself that Police Commander Benedict Mapajura said that police were not planning to detain or pursue legal action against.
I can say one thing about Dr. Umar. He's consistent about this. He don't cotton with the black bedwenches. He doesn't. I can say that about him. Now he's consistent about that. He don't like this race mixing stuff. He doesn't.
Joe, and that he has not been accused of any wrongdoing by authorities. That was said yesterday. Today, ABC News says that they spoke with police commissioner, and let's see here, what's his name? Police Commissioner Zuberi Chimbula, and forgive me if I say it wrong, told ABC on the 13th that McCann is still being questioned by police and an open investigation into her death is ongoing.
And that's because there's been so much publicity and pushback from her family, because her family says that she is not the kind of person that would hurt herself. So that's why Joe, the fiance, is being detained. They are not calling it detained, but if they're holding him there, they have detained him.
And as I said before, Joe McCann's passport has been seized. So now we know, Joe, your ass is still over there in Tanzania where you need to be. Hopefully that's where you'll be for the rest of your damn life.
See?
Well,
okay. We date way more than one or two black women, and we compare notes and we see patterns. That's the real reason Boulay hates the black manager. Yeah, we're letting everything out the bag. Keisha got pregnant and Brad didn't want the baby. Possibly. It said black beings die all the time. Black men die all the time. No one asks why. Just blame them. Yes, because Jermaine dies. Guess what? Jermaine dies. It's what?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
If a black man gets murked by his white snow bunny, it's his fault, right? No, nobody cried for Shannon Sharp when that chick took 40 million from him. Nobody cried for him. That was unfair. Not one.
He might be there for the rest of his life, but that's still not going to bring her life back. Even though justice might be served, he might have done something to her, but that's not going to bring her back. And that brings me back to my video. Black men and black women really need to respect each other, because when you go...
Well, let it start with you then, because you don't respect us. Let's start with you. Let's see if your videos change, okay? Not that you put it out there. Next time you do something, talk about us, I'm gonna bring this back, okay? I'm gonna bring this back. I'm gonna do a video about you. What you talking shit about this? Oh, remember you said black men and women need to respect each other, okay? I hope you keep to your word.
Off to these other races, it's a crapshoot. For many years, from slavery days up until 1963, I think it was, black people couldn't even marry white people in the United States of America. Now you can. You can marry anybody you want to.
Hey, the thing is, if she wanted a zaddy, she could have gone to Europe and got plenty of zaddies, okay? Passport sisters cannot do what we do. No, they can't. Because passport sis is not passport bro. It don't work that way. Super sticker. In fact, Ryan Terabin talked about that yesterday. Okay, about what men do with money and what women do with money. Appreciate you, no fear. Okay. He used to make it. He made it, but I could tell you, but Umar never played that shit about a sister dating white men ever. He didn't play that. He didn't play that. And that's like they wouldn't bring it up.
But you need to be careful about who you're making your life's partner. And all black men, this just brings me back to black men and black women. Because I am for the black family, even as I understand people have a right to marry, to love whomever they choose. But when you are a black woman, you're already sort of unprotected, and then you're going to go out of the country with somebody who you have some little protection here in the United States. But when you go off to another country, it really is a crapshoot. So you need to be careful about taking up with somebody because you're mad at black men.
Yes.
When you keep talking about black men and when you keep talking about black women, you can frame it any way you want to, but it sounds like you're angry at the black men or at the black women.
Thanks, Chris. Oh, no, Sir Cruz, thank you.
So you need to be careful when you choose these other people because they know.
Oh, now you say it. Now you say it, okay? You wasn't saying that shit before. You weren't saying that shit before. But now all of a sudden, she getting murked. Oh, now they got to be careful. Get the fuck out of here. Not our problem.
People know if you're using them as a proxy for somebody else, or if you're using them to make somebody else mad. You might think you're hiding it, but they can see through you. So anyway, just be careful out there, and black men and black women need to respect each other.
So let it start with you, okay? Let it start with you.
Respect each other's choices and leave each other alone.
Thank you. Thank you. Leave us alone, okay? And passport bros go overseas. Leave us alone, okay? I had black women talk about following black men down to Colombia, okay, and get mad when brothers turn their heads. We're not down here for you. We had heat on the Passport Bros, but this story is played in public places. The vestors are exposed, yeah. And she took a zaddy with her. Yep, she is country. She's very country. She's not like Mississippi or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I see Will Harris said, passport bros are able to desire women without external attachment. Passport cis cannot desire men without external attachment. Money stat. Yeah, the thing is, women are sellers and not buyers. Men are buyers, okay? So it makes sense to buy 10 cents on the dollar. Or you over there tricking, so what? We trick on you. Just mad we don't buy American, that's all. Anyway, let's get out of here. All right, good people. Just wanted to cover this real quick, punch the clock, and man, I didn't really say all of it. If I had gone live, man, when I actually first found out about this, man, I'd have been turning over furniture and shit. So anyway, you got American black women in Thailand looking for American black men. Yes, tunnel runner. There's a chick down there in Colombia talking about black men and passport bros. Now, just like there was a fight in Thailand with the black women fighting the ladyboy hookers in Pattaya. Number one, what the fuck are you doing there? If you know it's a whole stroll, why are you there? You're not looking to pick up any women. What you there for? Why are you going to the same bars? You know what the bars are. Why don't you guys find your own spots and leave black men alone? Stop following them around, because you know that's where the black men are. We won't meet them unless you go there. That's why they're there. If they wanted you, they'd have you. But anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, black men live rent-free in the minds of black women. Yeah. Oh, Doc. Kamala Harris was on, I forget whose show, right? And a brother got up there talking about reparations and us not voting for the Democrats or anybody unless we got something in return, okay? So basically, BMI and black male independence and black male agencies actually spread. The Ice Cube effect is still rolling, man. So, shout out to you for actually starting it. I don't care if you take Keisha. My thing is know what you get when you get a Keisha, okay? Because I get tired of guys complaining about Keisha. You knew who she was when you got her, okay? That virus, that racist virus, as he calls, that's in America, is also in them too.
Yeah, shout out to Elder BGS, man. On that one, yep, and he's, hey, he's hard. Hey, it's hardcore truth right there, man. It's raw truth, and in that, he's right. You know, I must agree. Hell, I'm sharing that same sentiment. Like, hey, the hell with it. Shit, that's what she chose. You know what I mean? Hey, that's on her. So I'm not gonna feel bad like that at all. So, um, may God bless the family, and hopefully they get justice, man. But yeah, I mean that's brother BGS's take, and yeah, let's go to this brother right here, and shout out to him for what he for the content he brought forth.
By now, you all know about the story of Ashley Jenae and Joe McCann, the hottest interracial couple on these social media streets. And everything was going good up until a week ago when they both went to Zanzibar, Tanzania for her birthday. And after April 5th, we never heard from Ashley Jenae again. In fact, it was proclaimed that by April 12th, she was announced dead, and she had allegedly committed self-deletion. What was interesting was, on this particular trip, allegedly he had proposed to her. You see there's the lion in the background. But after the death of Ashley Jenae, people started to be suspicious, including me. And what I found was interesting. Joe McCann has deleted all of his Instagram posts on his Instagram pages. Like literally he's made it private. But that was not the case with his Facebook. His Facebook is alive and well as his former Twitter account or on X. What we have found out is some important information. Number one, Joe McCann has always had a thing for non-white women. Like if you look here on November 26, 2017, beyond thankful to be with this babe for Thanksgiving. And that's him and this lady. I don't know if she's Afro-Latina or black or mixed, whatever. You'll see also here that allegedly this is them. I don't know if this is a wedding where she got married to him. That's what it looks like. Such a beautiful day celebrating love. Feeling so happy to share this special moment with these amazing people. So it seems like he got married to the lady that day. And also we do know about, his business dealings with, Iggy Azalea as the head of Asymmetric. But here is the big issue that people are really talking about. This person here says, Donald Trump, ZZZ, hey X, you all are goofballs. He literally states multiple times that he is married on your platform since 2020. Do some damn research and take that community note off my post. Let's look at some of the commentary here, okay? This is Joe saying, happy birthday to the greatest gift a dad could ever want. This is his child here. That was December 7, 2025, right? And then somebody shows Instagram post of him going back and forth with somebody. Am Kelly Arian in Solana. You realize my wife is black, right? He also says, my wife and two very young children may have something to say about that. Now, this is January 8th, 2024. So I'm assuming that it's the lady, the Latino looking lady, or the Latino and black looking lady, that at least at that particular time, they were doing very well as a couple. They were still married. Now, at this time, Asymmetric, which is a hedge fund and a Solana cryptocurrency investing company, was doing extremely well. I mean, the fund that he was managing was a lot of money. So I don't know if Joe started to get rich and beside himself and started cheating with other women? I'm not sure. When you look at the post, he goes, so he fake proposed? This is a lie. Nasty work. So basically, Joe McCann is proposing to this lady and he's already married? What? Fast forward. That's the first part. The second part is, once Ashley Jenae passes away, I've already talked about it in the previous video. Joe McCann doesn't say anything about her death. He is not vocal about it. He doesn't talk about it. He is posting, even sharing interviews of himself while being online. Like he's acting as if nothing is happening. Then the Tanzanian government says this.
Zanzibar police have confirmed that Ashley Jenae has unalived herself. Now, of course, many people have questions because her family and friends, the people who are closest to her, stated that she would never do this, especially abroad. Now, no shade, but Zanzibar isn't known for having thorough investigations of any type of unalivings or murders anyway. But I want to know, how thorough was their investigation? How long did it take? Was people tampering with evidence? And how can they truly say that her fiance wasn't the one who did that to her? It just seems really convenient for him to propose to her around her birthday, which is also something that is a little selfish. If it's a birthday celebration, let her celebrate her birthday and propose later. But also for him to be into some type of crypto stuff, never trust anybody that's into that. And I haven't seen any updates of him talking about her. This is supposed to be the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. You could have made a video, but I think all those things might have been incriminating to him, But if it wasn't him, check out the workers. Did her fiance leave at any point and then someone did something to her and then try to cover it up? But I really think that he probably had something to do with her unaliving. Don't think that she went on vacation just to knock herself out.
So the Tanzanian government, they're saying now that the self-deletion is justified. Again, this is what she did. The reports match up. But her mother was interviewed, and she had this to say.
My daughter, Ashley, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashley Robinson, who goes by Ashley Jenae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashley's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashley called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashley did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashley passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashley had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashley was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashley's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back.
So the mom can't really believe what is going on, right? And it's interesting because now everybody's asking for more evidence. And again, not to talk down on, Tanzania, but Tanzania is a third world country. Zanzibar, I'm pretty sure a lot of crime happens on the island, and they have people that can investigate stuff. People are asking for the footage of the hotel. Now, I don't think you can have video cameras inside a hotel, but see, here's what you just don't really understand. It is quite common for these hotels to have faulty systems. The camera doesn't pick everything up. it's not always like America, right? So now people are saying that this millionaire white guy has paid this, this police force off, and they're going to close the case. He knew he could get away with it in Africa, but this would never happen in America, right? And now what you're starting to see, and I want to give a shout out to Brother Tariq Nasheed. He did a really good breakdown on some of that stuff too. And I saw a lot of other folks, but I want to really deal with this idea of white people dating black people, okay? And whenever I talk about this, there's so many, black men that come after me, black women also. But we got to understand, when you deal with a white person, even sometimes non-black, Asian or whatever, but when they're white, they do understand that they have leverage over you because you're black. They do understand that. White people do represent the system. So that's why when there is a domestic dispute, let's say, for example, between a black man and a white woman, even if the white woman is at fault, people naturally, even blacks themselves, are more naturally, some of them at least, can take the side of the white woman, okay? And if the white woman says, this man has done X, Y, and Z against me, it is going to be different, for the most part, than if a white woman is blaming a white man, all right? And obviously, white people know how to weaponize this. I mean, we all heard of stories of black men that had white wives or white girlfriends. I had a brother that went through this. Woman called the police on him, said that he did X, Y, and Z. It didn't happen. He was lucky enough to finally beat it. She said that she was sorry, but she understood that a 6'7" black man, has allegations from this white woman that, there's going to be an opportunity for something bad to happen. Okay. Then also this.
And you better understand the difference between fetishization and love, because you're being fetishized. This is dehumanization. You're being fetishized. You're not being valued. So a lot of these guys, they treat black women, and white women do it to black men too. They treat you like an exotic pet. They like the aesthetic. They want to experiment, but they have zero respect for black humanity. When you are reduced to a fetish, you're being dehumanized. Dehumanization is the first step to extreme violence.
This is also true. I see it here on the continent of Africa. Folks want to talk about it, but we need to talk about it. There is a difference between being fetishized and loved, okay? Especially if you're somebody like her. And what do I'm talking about? You are a black woman. You are looking for this certain lifestyle. You're looking for this soft life, okay? This white man is willing to give you this soft life. But again, here's a person that has questionable business ethics. I hate to say it, but a lot of the crypto guys, a lot of those dudes kind of fall into certain levels of scamming, manipulation. Anybody can almost now get into crypto without real strong financial background, financial leverage, financial knowledge, unlike the historical financial industry, okay? This is something you're seeing now. And when you deal with black people, sometimes non-black groups can look at you as exotic pecs, aesthetic experiments, rather than, full humans. And then being fetish is a precursor to violence, okay? Because number one, they are dehumanizing you because you're black. If you look at Ashley Jenae, she's extremely beautiful. Now, this is a white man. White men typically have a lot of opportunities, a lot of options. Well, what is this woman doing for him? She can't contribute to his business. She can't contribute any knowledge. I mean, he's fetishizing her, right? So really, to get rid of her or replace her may or may not be as important to him. He could be looking at her and probably looked at her as a thing, but not as something that was valuable to him. Then he says this.
And then when you get up here thinking that you're going to throw black men under the bus, that's not going to save you from Zaddy, because he looks at you as the black man as well. They look at you and black men as one and the same. You're interchangeable to these white people.
Just because you have a history of talking down on black men, or if you're a black man and you have a history talking down on black women, the dominant society don't look at you as a person they ought to shave. or help. I mean, we can look at that here on YouTube. Look at Myron. Look at Fresh and Fit. Look at how they be getting kicked out of conferences. You know, look at how they be getting dissed, especially Myron. You know, he goes over there to these white supremacists and they basically let him have it. The same thing goes on with Brandon Tatum, sometimes Candace Owens. You know, they'll go out there and as soon as somebody get mad at them, they forget that they've been holding blacks allegedly, quote unquote, accountable. Okay. And so these people don't necessarily see the good black woman or the good black man. Usually you're still one and the same, especially if you piss them off. And that is exactly what happened with O.J. Simpson. You know, this guy allegedly didn't kill Nicole Brown Simpson. He beat it. Guess what? He was ruined for the rest of his life. Okay. And these racial dynamics are there. And a lot of times blacks think because, you know, I'm down in our own community. I'm gonna get a white person. They respect that. They respect you less. They don't respect you more. They respect you less. And so when you look at this, and I just really wish a lot of black women understand when you talk about black men and you're looking for the white man to come and give you something for no reason because you look good, some of these costs y'all don't want to pay. Okay, especially when it's somebody that's not from your community. You really don't want, all money is not good money. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy El Shady Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I produce you for all you do. Charlie Bell, we out.
Well, on that tip, I mean, Brother Ocha, yeah, man, this dude made some points on that shit, man. But you know, but then again, like in some ways, like you know, he does it too, like to. This dude knows basically that black women are effed up too. You know what I mean? They do some of the same schemy, grimy, set-up-y shit, you know, just as much as white women. Black women got these ideas, these set your black man up ideas from white women because they was the first ones that did it. You know, and so I'd say it's disingenuous too to not put that in there, you know what I mean, as well. But still, like, yeah, I mean, when you have when you're in a area where, or in a country where they do that type of shit a lot, and you're seeing it happen a lot, like, it comes to where, like, okay, should I, like, take a chance of messing with these women, though, like, the risk is, like, quadruple than what they should be? You know what I mean? Especially after looking at, you know, after all of what black men have, you know, went through when it comes to being like set up by white women. Yeah, like that shit's kind of like, you know, discouraging. But when you see and look at the shit that a lot of black women have done, including like chicks uh, like this Ashley woman, you know what I mean? Well, what do they got on the turn now? Well, rest in preference. Yeah. Ooh. Rest of your preference. I mean, rest whatever. Hey, I don't know. Like, shoot, I'm saying, hopefully she made peace with God, you know, and asked Him for forgiveness of her ways, of her sin, of how she's been carrying on, and hey, hopefully, you know, she made it to Him, you know, in her last hour. Um, but there's just too much like evidence out there to show that it's not just white women that's doing this shit. O'Shea, as you very well know. So we ain't gonna play that game. Hell, OSHA has done plenty of videos, talking shit and exposing and putting the spotlight of the fuckery of these women, of these westernized black women. So yeah, so don't act like that now. But I say that motherfuckers should be wary of whether they white or black. And it's a risk, even though that these white girls may not have done nothing to you yet or whatever, or hell, or any chick. But the thing is why I don't give a damn how much she shout that she's a good woman, on top of the highest mountain. I don't give a damn until they change the laws, the necessary laws that are in place, and put forth bills that will protect black men and black boys, especially from grimy ass, evil, wicked shit like this. That everybody's thinking it's okay because we're black. But these are the type of shits, man, that starts revolts. So, where we keep on like feeling the pressure of this like multi-layer war that we just realized like 5 minutes ago that we are into. And so I'm about responding accordingly. And in that accordance is the fact that if you're acting like an enemy when you're supposed to be for my camp, when you're supposed to be a part of my camp, my tribe, then I just say, hey, that's what traitors get. But if am I getting on like her, the black women that dates a white man, and I kind of find it rare, but where it's like on a genuine tip, where it's just not out of spite and none of that. It's just totally like true, genuine happen chance. Cool. Hey, but don't come forth with all this talking shit about black man shit. No, and people want to try to equate the two. Us when we talk shit about black women, it's the same as when they talk shit about us and throw us under the bus. Nah. No. Us talking shit about y'all is the only thing that's equivalent to that y'all don't like, which is why y'all saying that we hate y'all and all this other shit, is all it is this, is because the truth is what we are giving you. The truth, like the basic general of truths, but the dark truths, the heavy, when we get into like the heavy level of truth, yeah, y'all can't handle. Y'all motherfuckers act like y'all gonna melt or some shit. The truth hurts. Oh, I'm melting. Oh, stop. Why you hate me so much? The truth. I was looking at motherfuckers like, what are y'all, 6? Hell, even 6-year-olds have to fucking just, hey, wise up to sometime, damn hell, and shit, and act better. Come forth with a better attitude and behavior. Like, man, just, like, And it's crazy too, as Brother BGS, brought back to the remembrance of where of black women going overseas, hunting down black men, to stalk them and to try to dick police them. Ain't that a bitch? You going overseas, so-called calling someone to try to follow black man, and try to be on some dictator ass shit, on some dick police and shit. But at the same damn time, 9 times out of 10, you and your girlfriends have plotted to get some foreign dick. If you motherfuckers don't stop. But, and we seeing it's crazy because, like, hey, and when motherfuckers able to get away with such bad behavior and shit, what's the incentive, or what is there to stop them from wanting to continue to continue on in such shitty and evil, wicked behavior? Nothing. Only those who are real, who will uphold true accountability across the board with everybody. But then again, as we have seen countless times over, those of us who will do that are considered their enemies. And so, and therefore, they'll devise up whatever kind of way to get rid of us. So therefore, with that being revealed, hey, as elder brother BGS and Chair Sade, as they had brought up about the fact of how, and I mentioned before too, before they mentioned it, because they brought it to my remembrance of the fact that on Clubhouse there was black women pleading with these Klansmen motherfuckers to wipe us out. Yeah, and that's, the whole world can see that shit down. Like, that shit ain't been taken down, none of that. That shit's still there. If that shit is still there, that video's still there, then I decree this. When it comes to these hateful ass, divesting, I hate black men, crazy ass black bitches. Here's what I decree. Here's what I decree. Anytime when we have to check a black woman in her attitude, in whatever setting, we are in the right to do so and to stand up against all forms of evil. And we should not be deprived from doing so. As if you're giving all full license to the damn chaos goblins, to allow them to go act all wild and shit. But we, those of us who are level-headed and of a sound mind, can't check that shit. Even if it comes to where we got to put our foot in somebody's ass and send them to Mars. That enabling shit, this major, massive enabling shit must stop. In order for it to have a successful, thriving society, I mean, shit, those are one of the pillars of of what must be in order for that to happen. But yeah, but shout out to O'Shea, and yeah, I'm gonna share. I got one more video of his real quick, and this is the update. He just came out with this video, so here we go.
You're telling me that the misunderstanding was so intense that hotel staff had to separate them in 2 different rooms?
Interracial relationships are not as common with white men and black women as they are for black men and white women. But there are some observations out there that people have noticed.
Why is it when it comes to biracial couples that when I see a black woman with a white man, it's a bad, like, this girl is bad. There's not a black man that would pass on her.
And I have noticed this, especially if the white man is regularly dressed or just average in looks, in comparisons to a black man that has to have much more. And this is important to understand because Ashley Jenae was definitely a very good looking black woman, and Joe McCann had got himself a looker. But unfortunately, this beautiful black woman and this white man have become society's new murder mystery. Did he do it? Did he not? Why did she allegedly kill herself? Why isn't he not arrested? There's so many unknowns in this particular story that many of us are looking for answers and trying to find them. And while black men are pointing their fingers at black women who want white guys saying, "I told you so," you have other people saying this.
Black women don't only die in relationships with white men. They are also murdered by black men as well. Beat, murdered, abused. Black men kill their partners all the time.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
That's right. We just had to blame black men for everything, even though black men were not involved. Well, let's get back.
This bitch made ass and shut the hell up.
Now, again, these beautiful black women will date these white men because these black men are just hard to deal with. That's the whole point of the first clip. These white men are just more responsible for black women. And when we talk about responsibility, or should I say the irresponsibility of black men, there's a lot to be desired. Black men don't take care of their kids. Black men can't keep a job. When a black woman really needs that black man, he is nowhere to be found. So that leaves black women looking for other alternatives. And not every black woman can get the kind of white man that they want. But if you're Ashley Jenae and you're on Instagram and you look as good as she does, you will have an opportunity. Because remember, Ashley Jenae once said, "Everyday black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." If you look at Ashley Jenae and you look at how happy she was with this guy, Joe McCann, you would think that she would never deal with black men. She's just done. Because why would she even waste her time? But wait a minute.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? You know, we keeping it organic. Me and my little chocolate Easter bunny. Babe, stop playing. Babe, you know I'm sensitive, babe. We about to get in a lick. This her car. She probably she just came for to pick me up.
Something like, not too crazy.
She from Philly, so you know she crazy. She toxic. She might stab you. You might stab me in my sleep.
I'm not
you
toxic.
told me about take my hands off. You gonna beat me up?
Because I'm good with my hands.
I ain't gonna trouble. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day.
Is that Ashley Jenae with Kevin Gates? Wait a minute. This is interesting because Ashley Jenae must have known that Kevin Gates was married and she had no problem getting into the car with him. Now, this is interesting because Kevin Gates is typically known for dealing with light-skinned women only, are racially ambiguous. But Ashley Jenae, congratulations, you made the cut. You're the first dark-skinned black woman I've ever seen with Kevin Gates. And this makes me recalibrate my assessment about her. See, Ashley Jenae was a beautiful woman, no doubt. She was trying to get on with anybody. It really didn't matter the race. She's kind of just like Mika. My bad, boo. I didn't mean to do you like that.
He's right, you know.
So
Hell
Ashley
no.
Jenae got tired of dealing with these rappers like Kevin Gates, who looked at her as a pump and dump, or these other guys in the industry who just really wanted to use her for what they wanted to get, or maybe she just wanted to use them for what she could get. And so she finally got the white guy who was obsessed enough with her to give her the lifestyle that these black rappers and athletes wouldn't give her in Miami. I mean, after all, she's from Philly. What the hell is she doing in Miami except trying to find a rich man? But again, she's trying to get this white man that will be there for her, be responsible for her. I mean, not just clap and leave, right? Because this is what white men do, especially when they get with black women. They marry them, they take them to Zanzibar, they propose. Until Ashley Jenae passes away. And all of a sudden, this white man, Mr. Joe McCann, takes a week to tell her family that she's dead. And this is important to know, guys, because even when he contacted the family, remember that,
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashley's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back.
Now, I'm going to deal with that part in just a second, because remember, this is a man that had a lot of money in a lot of black women. Remember the ones that were supporting Mr. McCann because he was this white man who could protect and provide for this black woman? Well, they were saying, yeah, he had her deleted because he had all of this money, but that would be rebutted.
So just because he spent a lot of money on his fiance, his soon-to-be wife, that mean he took her life? Come on now, make it make sense. Y'all be on this internet telling men that if they care about a woman, they'll spend a bag on her. Y'all be on the internet telling other women that if that man cares about you, he'll spend a bag on you. Y'all be on the internet telling men that every woman is expensive. Every woman costs. Just pick one within your budget. And now you trying to pull it? Wild as hell.
I see where the guy is coming from. Like, make it make sense. Because at first you're saying, if a man likes you, he spends money on you. If he doesn't like you, he doesn't spend money on you. So the guy was spending a lot of money on her. And so because he was spending a lot of money on her, he was able to get her life removed from her. That's interesting because he was spending money on her, except when it was time to send her body home back to Philadelphia. See, guys, this man
Suspect
was
as hell.
a self-proclaimed millionaire, owner of Asymmetric. I mean, he was taking her all across the world. I was able to go to her Twitter feed, and I actually was wrong. She was dating him since 2024. It just went public in 2025 on Instagram, but she was promoting Asymmetric. She was going and hanging out with Iggy Azalea with him. She was doing a whole lot. I mean, Ashley Jenae, aka Ashley Robinson. And for a man that is a millionaire, well, what could he do? He could send the body home himself. But you know what? He isn't, no. Wanna know why? Because the family has to get a GoFundMe because Mr. Rich Whyte Zaddy, the crypto genius millionaire, don't have the money to send her home, can't be reached by any of these media outlets like TMZ. He won't talk to anybody. In fact, once she passed away, he knew that she was dead. He was just posting on X as if nothing ever happened. Let's look what the GoFundMe says. Many of you have reached out asking how you can support our family during this unimaginable time, and we are so grateful for the love and prayers. Our beloved daughter, Ashley Robinson, traveled to Zanzibar, Africa to celebrate her 31st birthday and got engaged during what should have been a joyful and memorable trip. Just days later, she was found unconscious in her villa at the Zuri Hotel and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. What was meant to be a dream became our family's worst nightmare. As we grieve, we're also navigating an ongoing investigation and the challenges of being thousands of miles away while trying to bring Ashley home with dignity and seek answers. This fund is in response to those asking how to help and will support travel cost arrangements and unexpected expenses during this time. Thank you for standing with our family, Harry Robinson and Yolanda Denise Indries. Now, I want to get back and talk about this because, I mean, I'm pretty sure right now it's over $20,000. By the time this video is edited and comes out, the goal most likely will be reached. But I'm just curious, what happened to this responsible white man who was basically Mr. Vanilla, her king? I mean, what happened to the responsible white guy? You know, the man who actually didn't do anything. It was ruled that it was self-inflicted, her death. He didn't have anything to do with it. So why isn't he coming out and standing with the family? This is the woman that he was about to marry. I understand that they had a fight. Couples typically do argue. They can get into it. But again, if we're looking at Ashley Robinson and seeing what kind of men that she most likely does like, and here's one of the things about divestors. They do love black men. Many of them love sleeping with black men. And I'm not here to disrespect her or say that this happened, but could it be that Ashley Robinson was possibly getting attention from other men? I mean, we do see her here with Kevin Gates. Could it be that he wasn't the only one and he was upset about the fact that he was about to be engaged to this lady and she was keeping her inbox open to other people? We don't know, but we do know that he doesn't want anything to do with Ashley Robinson now because she's dead. He went on and already moved on with his life. He hasn't talked to anybody in the media and he looks very suspicious. So black women, is this the kind of responsible white men that you are trying to tell black men to become? Is this what you want when you are literally losing your life or close to losing your life, or you need your partner to be there for you and reassure you, and that man is not there to reassure you, and something happens, he can't stand with your family or with you in the times of need? Well, probably not, because the relationship is transactional. Is what can you do for me? And when you can't do anything for me anymore, then I don't need you. And so there is no relationship. And a lot of times people could feel that you are really valuable to somebody until you really see what happens when times get tough. And again, that's how we all find out who our real friends are, how good our families are, how good we are, how strong we are. When we really need people and then they can't show up for us in the times that we need them the most, whether they are white, black, or red, we find out what we're working with. And again, if I hear anybody talking about white men this, white people that, we're gonna come back and look at this whole Joe McCann situation, and we're gonna see that when it came to protect his ass, he didn't care about her, did he? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Our producer.
I mean, yeah, there's some words and stuff like that you have to keep in mind, you know what I mean? But I would say, it would be foolish to go around and assume uh, that every white woman or white man is a whole like enemy, you know what I mean? And is trying to destroy you type of shit, you know what I mean? But I do believe, stripping your awareness and what he mentioned in this video serves as one of those, that you can keep notes of, you know what I mean? But overall, it's better and wise to be more balanced as much as possible. And on that, that's your own mental training. So, but oh man, it was crazy. So, motherfucker refused to pay for her body to come back. Basically telling them, her parents, her family, that if they want her body, they gotta come get it. Boy, you tell me some shit like that, boy, man, motherfucker gonna find out the Yacha clan exists fucking with me. Straight up. But yeah, let's share this last brother's video right here, his take on this situation. And yeah, that'll be it. So basically, you can say save them for like a main event or whatever. But yeah, I mean, and what he said was true. You know, and it was all touching up on just naivete, strong naivete, and willful ignorance of other motherfuckers. And like that one some bitch you seen in the middle of the video. I said, boy, if you don't sit your stupid ass down. Boy, and that, my nigga know how to come right on time with that shit too. Where it's like not off, but it's like very fitting. Because you'll have that come behind a motherfucker saying some off the wall crazy ass shit. But dude, I mean, yeah, I hope they get justice. You know what I mean? I hope all families who have been wronged by white people through either law enforcement or employment. May God bless you. And I'll say that it's just best, man, to keep a clear head when it comes to this shit because and messing with these crazy ass white dudes and y'all just getting them to be getting them, you know. And hey, when you get one with money, y'all motherfuckers act like y'all know what to do. So y'all act all wild and crazy, taking pictures with these motherfuckers, with these white dudes, with you having on a dog collar and shit. Basically saying, oh, this white man can do whatever to me, and I like it type of shit. Crazy bitch. Crazy ass creatures. And then these are the same ass bras that will tell us, oh, you gotta make over 100,000 a year to mess with me. You gotta have this and that, a whole long ass checklist. But Joe Dirt ain't gotta have shit but just be white. Miss me with that bullshit. Straight up. So therefore, and because of such situations, I'm also decreeing this when these bras out here in your own real time, you know, not online, but you know, because I recommend for you not to get in no back and forth with these chaos goblins online because that's another outlet, a way for them to drain your energy, your life force, your key, motherfucker. Keep your key and keep it maintained. Don't allow these bras to sap that shit away from you by by sneakily drawing you into their senseless, infinite conversations, which you know goes nowhere, never lands on a point where you know where people recognize, hey, where they're wrong and shit like that. Now and these bitches are denying this shit and not willing to face the truth and will all the way to where they will combat you about it verbally online. Then yeah, just it's best to just dismiss them. Leave them the hell alone. But yeah, but let's get into this other brother's video, man. But yeah, I decree just cuss these broads out. Cuss their ass out, rightfully so. You know, because they're not going to come out with, tell my black women. Black women are not going to come out and just say, like any other woman, if they have a little degree of, I don't want to say sense, but if there's a little cunning enough or whatever, they're not going to say, oh, I'm doing this to you. None. This is something that you're going to have to recognize, point out, and call out the term for their to describe, to better describe those shitty mentality traits that they're displaying, thus giving you reasons of why you're choosing so heavily not to take no bullshit from these women because of the existence of these damn swirlers slash divestors slash uh, black man haters to the core. No, cuss their ass out and those motherfuckers won't come through like you're in the wrong. No, you check their ass too. But yeah, well, here we go. Hold on. Shout out to Sick Digger for coming through. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for coming through, brother. And hey, yeah. Uh, God damn it. Talking about that damn Invincible. Shit. I got barely halfway through there. I got to where they started fighting. And I will find a way to upload that shit so we can watch that on the Rumble side. But man, real talk. I'm gonna get them to share it, but this shit's a problem. I mean, come on, I hope you guys can see this. I hope I can be heard. That we got motherfuckers in disguise, acting undercover, somewhat in a pseudo sense like undercover with it, except for when they get online and, express their damn hatred, through tweets and all that shit. But never be so bold. They'll never be so bold to come forth with t-shirts and some shit like that so motherfuckers can know, okay, that this some black man hating bitch. And we can contribute their attitudes and all their negative attitudes that they will display towards us in whatever setting. Hell, um, yet alone being hooking up with them, being in a relationship with them, yet alone that these motherfuckers are dead set on showing you shitty attitudes and giving you hell in whatever setting. So it'd be best yet too you can ignore, but there's certain settings to where you cannot ignore, where you must where you must speak of them with your God given masculine voice, damn it. With your masculine spirit that God has given you, that you ever walking into, that you're walking into, and the righteousness of it that you're standing on. You check them with all your might. And the other motherfuckers want to come to their rescue because you're standing on your own 10 toes, damn it, with your head up high, your chest out, damn it, as a man, as a stoic man, standing on your principles. You got motherfuckers that want to come in and try to intervene. Be like, well, hey man, you don't talk to a woman like that. I mean, that's a queen. Bow. Oh, this nigga hit me. Oh, come on. Bow, 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 bow. I don't give a damn. We ain't getting paid for this fight, motherfucker. Nut shot. So now you got a good masculine lesson of your ass whoop. And that lesson is, okay, stop being a Captain Saving Hoe, motherfucker, for bitches that hate your ass. You brainwashed, hell-bound, spellbound motherfuckers. who are no good for the Hall of Man. Here we go.
And there's a lot of debates about this story. A lot of people are saying that black men need to be more sensitive because a lot of brothers are like, hey, we done pulled up all them tweets of her throwing black men under the bus. So a lot of brothers are like, hey, yeah. Some of the woman's friends are like, oh, we need justice for my homegirl. Oh, we're not getting nowhere with the investigation. We need justice. Oh, we need to come together as a community. Oh, we got to stand up for justice. And the
Oh, damn
brothers are
that.
like, well, damn it, it's above me. It's really above me. She said black men
Exactly.
are an embarrassment. So I'm over here in the corner being an embarrassment. Don't call me. Now, should people be insensitive? I don't know. It just depends on the person. When these people go out here and do this interracial dating and it goes left, the people that they denigrated, they love spinning the block. The family spins the block and want to come to the same people that they denigrated for justice. You know, I make jokes about that all the time, especially from foreign families. They come here and they think they're gonna get brownie points from the dominant society by crapping on black people. They shit on black people all day, call us cicadas and jareers and just whatever name and whatever pejorative. And then when they get unalived by somebody in the dominant white society, their family is the first ones putting on a kufi and a kente cloth and putting on a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, emailing all of the influencers, hello, brother, assalamu alaikum, we want justice. Okay. And listen, with this case, with this young lady, the girl didn't deserve that. You know, she didn't deserve to be unalived by Zaddy. She didn't deserve that. Very lovely young lady. And I have a daughter, so we're not co-signing that. Nobody's saying she deserved anything. But people are going to have to start waking up to the reality. You're going to have to start waking up and being realistic. Divestors, do we have any divestors in here? Y'all really learn the hard way. Y'all think you're gonna carve out this little cottage industry of crapping on black men, thinking that you're gonna be safe around these zaddies, and you're jumping out of the water right into the damn frying pan. Y'all better understand that part of the game. Let me give y'all some. I want to give some game to the divestors right now. I'm gonna give you some free game. Let me talk to you. I know we might have some secret divestors in here or whatever, but let me talk to you. Let me let you know the game out here, because y'all got these rose-colored glasses, and you better understand how dangerous some of these suspected white supremacists are. Now, with the case of this sister Jenae, Ashley Jenae, we don't know all the details. We don't know. Let me just start off by saying that. There's a lot of speculation, but we don't know. We don't know what that man did. We don't know if he did it. We don't know. I'll just say that. Everything is alleged. Everything is suspected. Nobody knows anything definitively at this point. But I will say, have we noticed a lot of these sisters are being unalived by these zaddies? It's like in epidemic numbers. We see this heavy. We're seeing this in massive numbers. Let's speculate why some of this stuff might be happening. I want y'all to understand something. When you're dealing with white supremacy, you're dealing with some very sneaky people. Family, let's look at this from another angle. Do y'all know that part of getting into certain white supremacist groups, I'm talking about some of the extreme organizations, even white supremacist groups in law enforcement, part of getting into into white supremacist groups or getting into high ranking positions in white supremacist networks, I'm talking about the white extremist groups, part of the initiation is that you must unalive a black person. Do y'all know that? This is common with the prison gangs
I
and
think Elder
the
BGS said that
Aryans
before.
and a lot of white supremacist groups within law enforcement. Part of getting into these organizations, and they're very secretive, but part of getting in these organizations is you unaliving a black person. All right, I want y'all to follow me. That's that blood in, blood out. It's like a blood code. The Aryan Brotherhood is good on that. The Hammer Skins. Y'all saw what was happening with these Los Angeles sheriff deputies. They had whistleblowers admitting this. You catch a black body, you get a certain tattoo, you get higher rankings within the deputy department. So those are these blood in protocols that these white supremacists require their members to be a part of. This is a way, I want y'all to understand why they do this. If they get people in their ranks who committed a murder, well, they can hold that over their heads, number one. That shows loyalty. Two, that shows that you will be willing to carry out violence against a black person. Also, it shows that the person is not a undercover, because an undercover cop who's a federal cop, they can't go out and just commit a murder like that. Now, the sheriff deputies, they can pull one off by saying, oops, I thought this person had a gun. Oops, I thought this person was going to charge at me. So they got their little excuses on why they could target a black person. But if it's a white supremacist group that's not a part of law enforcement, this is their way to make sure they're not being infiltrated by getting their members to commit a murder, usually against a black person. So again, that's the blood in protocol. It's like blood in, blood out. You know, people talk about that. That code really comes from the prisons, particularly with the Aryans. They try to put it on black people, like, oh, you join the Crips or the Bloods. That was a big rumor back in the 90s. If you quit the Crips and the Bloods, they'll kill you, which is bullshit. That's always been bullshit. The Crips and Bloods are not organized like that. They don't have a rigid membership system like that. They don't have a blood in, blood out system. It's very loose. You know, it's very, very loosely based. If you want to stop being a Crip, just move to Texas or some shit. You don't, you just stop. Just move out the damn neighborhood. And they're not going to come follow you like, hey, nigga, how come you ain't Crippin' no man? They don't know. That's some Hollywood shit they started talking about in the 90s. But the blood in, blood out, that's with those Aryans now. You can't leave them. I want y'all to follow me. So these white supremacists, in order to get into these white supremacist groups, you want to kill a black person. Okay. Now, how are you going to do that? Now, it's going to be kind of hard to kill a black man, especially a young black man, because black men are already on alert. You see a suspected white supremacist, our instincts are already high. So we see them coming. All right, we're already getting alerted. We already, like, okay, what's this guy about? All right, you already know something might be up just seeing him. Why would you be around those guys anyway? Why would they come into the neighborhood? So you're going to be on alert with a suspected white supremacist walking around as a black man. So it's going to be kind of hard for them to get the drop on you. See, remember Dylan Roof and a couple of these other white supremacists, they wanted to carry out a mission against the black person. I'll talk about Dylan Roof. Remember, out there in South Carolina. He wanted to target a young black person, but he got scared because he knew a young black person would pop his ass right back. You understand? So what did he do? He went for soft targets. He went to a church with a bunch of elderly black people who let him in. That's what you get letting a vampire in the juke joint. They let a vampire in the damn juke joint, and he went in there and unalived every damn body. You see? So they're going to go for a soft target. They don't want to go for just young random black folks because that shit goes left. Remember down there in Tennessee, I always get the cities mixed up, either Nashville or Memphis. I want to say it was Nashville. Remember the white supremacist who went up there in the Waffle House? He waited for the club to end and he knew that black people would be at the Waffle House. So he went in the Waffle House and tried to do a mass shooting. A brother whooped his ass, took his gun, whooped his ass, and the white boy ran off in the woods naked somewhere. See, this is what they feared. Them going on a white supremacist mission and then failing and then still getting beat up. That's an embarrassment to the white supremacist movement. Now he's locked up somewhere. So what do they need to do? They want to go to a soft target. If you want to get initiated by catching a black body, who are you going to catch? You can't get a black man. That's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to get a black child because black children are usually with their parents, and you're not going to get access to a black child like that. So you're going to go to another soft target. You start seducing a damn divester. You start looking online for these white ass-kissing mammies. Those are your perfect damn targets. All you divestors listening to me, I want y'all to follow me. Oh, these white supremacists, they like listening to you talk all that shit. They're like, oh, cool, this is going to be my next victim. They look for those conversations online where you're searching for a zaddy. Oh, I love me some Justin Timberlake. Ooh, Jack Harlow is the shit. Ooh, Robin Thicke, I loves him. They look for them zaddy loving tweets and they start easing up in your damn DMs. Well, y'all better watch it. Y'all better know what's going on out here. Oh, they ease up, start seducing you. Hey, Shaquita, I love me some chocolate. Okay. Or whatever your name is. Abasola, because usually it's a lot of them non-FBAs who love these zaddies. So they weaponize intimacy. That's the ultimate camouflage. They start getting into relationships with you. So that's a perfect sociological cover. Do y'all know a lot of these dudes in the Proud Boys? Many of them have black girlfriends. We pointed this out. Some of them dudes in the Proud Boys, some of them got black girlfriends and mixed kids. Y'all can verify this. So they'll get in relationships and it's the perfect cover. How can I be racist? I'm not a neo-Nazi. I'm dating a black woman. And don't forget, Kid Rock has a black child by a black woman, and he's running around with Confederate flags. So that's the ultimate cover for a white supremacist trying to get his rank up. You infiltrate a black woman's life, you shield yourself from suspicion. Law enforcement don't suspect nothing. You can maneuver without triggering alarm bells. That's traditional. You see? So phase one of the hit, you do strategic isolation. See, the foundational rule for any successful targeted attack is isolating the victim. And a romantic relationship, that's the easiest way to voluntarily separate a black woman from her family, from her community, from her support system, and then you take her out the country? Boy, that's a textbook operational maneuver. You take her from her safety net, you put her in a foreign jurisdiction with confusing laws, ain't no witnesses to whatever initiation rite you're doing. Huh? Come on now. You better put yourself in the mindset of these white supremacists. Think how they think. I know how they think. I know how diabolical they are. They think 10 steps ahead. You take us somewhere in a country where you know these people don't know nothing about no forensics. The laws are already janky. It's already a third world. And like I said, you can give Dudu Tunde, the police chief, a couple of dollars to say, hey, it was a suicide. Dudu Tunde will take that money. All right. And also, listen, these white supremacists, they know how to exploit the system's apathy towards black women. They know that the dominant society and the justice system, they're not going to be stomping hard to get justice for a black woman. You know, black women go missing all the time and nobody blinks an eye. They know if they catch a body in a domestic setting, the system is going to be lax towards them. It's going to be a sloppy investigation. They're going to brush it under the rug, especially in another country somewhere. That's the perfect crime. Not saying that the guy did it. I'm just giving you some scenarios, family. And if they do that, they got plausible deniability. They can bypass a RICO charge. Like when the Aryan Brotherhood or the Hammerskins, if they commit a public racially motivated murder, that brings hate crime enhancements. That's going to be RICO charges. Then a whole bunch of them get taken down. But if a recruit, you kill a black woman that you're dating, well, that just gets written off by local police as a crime of passion or a domestic dispute. So that gives the broader white supremacist organizations total plausible deniability while they're still getting their blood sacrifice. Because y'all got to understand, these white supremacist groups, they almost look at these things as religious organizations. And a black person being a blood sacrifice, that's a part of their religion. You see? And there's verifiable data of individuals associated with these extremist groups, like the Proud Boys and others, when, again, date women. This is not conjecture. So we got to start looking at how these people operate. Y'all remember up in the Bay, that white supremacist dude killed that sister on the subway up there. He went and changed clothes, and he changed into a very particular outfit. It was like tan pants and black shoes with white laces. That's some Aryan shit. A lot of folks don't know that, and I pointed that out. I was kind of putting the dots together because I've been studying these white supremacist groups. I know what their little tattoos are about. I know how they put on certain outfits, black sneakers with white laces. That sends a message. That means white over black. It's some real deep shit. Amber Geiger's, you remember her who unalive Botham John? Her brother was taking photos. He had on those black sneakers with white laces, and he was throwing up the OK white supremacist hand signal. They scrubbed the internet of that image, by the way. That's why I was saying Amber Geiger, her going up in Botham John's crib, that looked like it was part of one of those police initiations where you go and catch a black body. And it just went left because the activists were on their bumper. Remember, they were going to let Amber Geiger go. We were on her bumper so damn hard on the grassroots, they had to put charges on her. You see? But we got to understand how this thing goes down. And this is a very serious thing. So y'all better be careful about dating these zaddies. You don't know if they're part of some kind of initiation program. You never know. But some of these divestors, they'll risk it. They're so anti-black. They're like, well, damn y'all niggas, I'll risk it with Zaddy. All right, risk it with Zaddy. But if things go left, don't come around us with a sweet potato pie and some chicken wings talking about let's sit down and talk about justice. I mean, all right. We've already warned you. Let me talk to the family in here. Mr. Tyrone, hop on in, sir. Brother Tyrone, are you in here, my brother? I'm calling Tyrone. Okay, Tyrone ain't saying nothing. Let's get Stanley. Stanley? Mr. Stanley? Stanley. All right, listen, if y'all make a request to get on, can y'all please not have janky phones? Can y'all do me that favor? Let me get my good brother, Mr. Afro Elite, in the building. Afro Elite?
Tariq, you can hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Now, let me say, to start this off, first of all, we don't know what happened, but if unfortunately she was taken out by him, that's unacceptable, and he
Right.
deserves to be punished for that. Nobody's trying to justify that. Um, Now, that being said, the reason why people that are not as sympathetic or angry or outraged is because of her past, and they're seeing her tweets and they're seeing her beliefs. And the thing is that when you advocate for somebody who's shown hostility against you, it
Right.
waters down and weakens your advocacy. What is your advocacy worth if if you're fighting for somebody who's your open enemy? That would make your advocacy not worth anything. It would make it meaningless. That's
Mm-hmm.
why when others go around and they be all like Akata this and Black Americans this, and then they wind up getting caught up or something and they expect us to forgive them. We can't do that. Not that we would, but we can't do that because then what does that mean? Our advocacy doesn't mean anything if we're just advocating for any and everybody, including people who are hostile.
Right.
So it is what it is.
My man, my man. Thank you so much, brother Afro Elite. Real talk. Thank you so much. Oh, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay. My bad. All right. That's the great Afro Elite. Y'all need to follow my brother on his YouTube channel. Let's get Israelite in the building.
Hey Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good. You're a little low, brother. You're a little low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little bit better. You on some headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, how about now?
send them back to Timu in the morning. And we got you. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Nah, going off of what Afro said, definitely, when you lose the black community support, like, all this shit you were saying she had on her, her Twitter page and all that, like, once that happens, we're not gonna back you on anything. Like, so it sucks that, she lost her life, but, when you sit here and turn your back on your own community,
All right, yeah, that's the end of the first half. That's the end of that first half. Yeah, of that stream. But yeah, he's right. I mean, like, you cannot, we cannot just advocate for people who are for your own destruction. It's simple that, like, it makes no sense. But we got people around us who are trying to get us to accept and look at the irrational as if it's rational. And that shit got to stop. And we have every damn right in every way, shape, or form to protect ourselves and this in standing up in our stance against such bullshit. All right. And what Tariq mentioned about the, law enforcement and shit, the Aryan brother in law enforcement and all that. Yeah, I mean that's I could kind of say, yeah, you got to be living under a rock, not to not to know that, you know. Um, and that yeah, and it's believable, yes, and it's true that that there are, like blood in, blood out, like initiations, that are made where where they're tasked with taking a black life. Unaliving a black person. So therefore, so they can get like special, ranks and all that shit and achievements. And it fits right along with what I discovered some months ago. Yeah, in regards to um, the law enforcement here in Tennessee, with one of the departments of how that you can go. It's in my it's in my shit. It's in the videos. You just check it. But yeah, about how the department and the police chief, was like the runner of it all. You know what I mean? The head honcho of it, was running it, telling them, hey, that they have to make, a certain amount of arrests, a whole scheme, to orchestrate up, for them to get a decent amount of arrests because they're trying to fulfill like some kind of quota. So it was on the recording of the police chief's voices on the recording of him telling his officers to establish an arrest even though they didn't do it. You know what I mean? Just make their arrest. Make the arrest because we gotta get those numbers. Man, when I heard that shit, I was in fury. I was then like in plot mode. Like, yeah. So, um, but as black men, we are due justice and retribution to the highest order over any other racial group. Because without black men, you dumb ass black creatures, there would be no America right now. Or if it still was, to come, okay. The birth of this nation, all that. I guarantee you, it would not be filled with what we have today. You see the TV show Fallout, and look what the motherfuckers surrounded by Cooper and them, a wasteland. That's how this motherfucker would look. An apocalyptic wasteland. That's how this motherfucker would look without the blood and sweat of black men. So therefore, we are all in deserving of not of having the ability to not tolerate the right to not tolerate such evil as wicked misandry. And we highly reserve the right to check that shit straight at gate one with no passive aggressive energy that these other weak ass motherfuckers in their own way of trying to enforce that upon you. No, nonsense. I'm telling you, you get prepared, man, where you may have to, shine your boot for the motherfucker, shine your boot, get your boot ready to start putting up motherfuckers' asses. Because a lot of these motherfuckers, that's what they need, a boot to the ass to send them to Mars. And I better not find out neither one of my brothers is allowing motherfuckers to put their boot up your ass. Because that's what it is when you allow and accept this bullshit that's going on. Like accepting it as in following through with it, being okay with it. Mm-mm. No, no. Let's get into this last half of this video. I'm going to do the stream.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good. You're a little low, brother. You're a little low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little bit better. You on some headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, how about now?
send them back to Timu in the morning. And you got you. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Nah, going off of what Afro said, definitely,
How you
when
doing,
you
brother?
lose the black
Hilarious.
community support, like, all this shit you were saying she had on her, her Twitter page and all that, like, once that happens, we're not gonna back you on anything. Like, so it sucks that, she lost her life, but when you sit here and turn your back on your own community, there's nothing that we can do for you.
Real talk.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna drop right there, man. Since you said my shit all bad.
Oh yeah, thank you, brother. All right, Tyrone, you good, Tyrone? All right, let me get Tyrone out of here. What's up, brother McCall? I see you down there, family. Let's get Mr. KP, FBA KP in the building.
Hey Tariq, how you
Hey
doing?
KP, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I've been meaning to get up here and talk to you for a while. There's you talked before about how Howard has the tether problem, and yeah, I'm actually going there next semester.
Okay.
And it's funny online. I just seen they had this like Africa takeover thing.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, just wanted to get your thoughts on that, and if you have any like advice on how to um, connect with other FBAs and organize while at school.
Oh, you're good. You can see your fellow FBA brothers. Just make sure the hairlines are intact. You can see that. But yeah, we talk about that African takeover thing they do. That's very interesting. African takeover. You're taking over an HBCU. See, this shows that we're different. Yeah, we're not African because if we were African, you wouldn't have to do an African takeover. And listen to how hostile that sounds. The African takeover. It should be African sit your ass down. Who are you going to take over? To me, that's very disrespectful. That's extremely disrespectful. And that shows that we are different ethnically. So, but people like to delineate on their own terms. See, they hate when we delineate. When we set the rules of delineation, they want to cry foul. But they delineate all the time. They like to be in control of the delineation. See? And we took that power away from them by us delineating. So you got to understand that. Let's get X Petty. How you doing, X?
I'm all right. My name is Charles. I'm Black American or whatever that is. I'm not here to disrespect FBA, but I wanted to bring up that point with the young lady who recently passed.
Mm-hmm.
I have to disagree with the other gentleman because I feel we're only as strong as our weakest links. Now, internally, I do agree that they should have a level of scrutiny and disdain for how they treat and speak on us. But at the same time, externally, people should still be held accountable because if they see that we're cutting them off, they don't care if they're going swirling or whatever. They just see a target. And I don't want to set a precedence amongst our people thinking that it's okay to get any of us, regardless of how we speaking. And that's just what I wanted to speak on, Mr. Nasheed. I didn't, no disrespect.
No, none taken, none taken. Now, you said you didn't want to disrespect foundational Black Americans. Now, what is your lineage?
I am Black American. It's just, there's a lot of division amongst us, because not a lot of Black Americans identify as FBA or ADOS. I do agree with it on a political level because I do recognize when it got picked up back in 2021 and when it was coined. So, and I do agree with everything that it held when they released it on the reparations.
Hold on, slow down.
Oh, okay.
You don't identify. You don't. No. Your FBA lineage don't work like that.
Right.
You don't wake up and you're not a foundational Black American just because you make an announcement. Either you are or you're not.
I am. My father is Gary, Indiana. originate from Mississippi, Tennessee. My mom, California, originate from Arkansas.
Any immigrants in your family at all?
No, sir.
None.
None. My granddaddy worked in the steel mills, and my great grandfather on my mama's side, they were Native American.
Okay.
But no, I have. I've done my lineage. It got white American, of course, because as Paul Mooney say, you shake a tree, a nigga fall out.
Mhm.
But
how far down did you go back to the
1645?
Okay, 1645. Okay, that's the white side, most likely.
That's what I was saying, because because most of the ones that went back with my black side, it stopped in about 1800, and it was unknown slaves. There was no records. I don't have those type of records, and besides that, before my granddaddy, I don't know who my father was. So I come from a bastard line anyway.
Right.
So
So
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Was here in the 1800s. The foundation of this country. That's by definition, they are foundational Black American. If they were Black here, early 1800s or far, by definition, they are foundational. That's nothing that you have to identify or unidentify with. That's just a written in stone factual statement. All right.
I get that. And it's just been a weird place with this recently, because this is the first time I've seen Black America kind of push back, the whole aspect of identity and all that. It's never been something that's ever really been challenged growing up. Everybody was on that Pan-African tip. So when this is kind of a recent phenomenon for me, and I've been here of course, my whole life. So, and yeah, this is just I didn't really want to speak up on that part. I just wanted to speak on, we are as strong as our weakest links. We have to protect even those who may not even want to identify, because regardless of how we see them internally, externally, they only see us as a target no matter how we identify.
So let's unpack that. Now, because if somebody sits up here and shits on the Black community and they get rubbed out of here, I mean, should we really put the cape on?
I'm not. Well, my
Hell
thing is
no.
that like I said earlier, they deserve every bit of eternal scrutiny from our respective leaders and those who have a platform. Yes, but if a white man feels that he can just open season on people that we disregard, I feel like we're setting a precedence we don't want to. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they don't deserve scrutiny or criticism.
Israel is raising his hand. Let me get him in here, because I don't know if I agree with that. Israel, brother Israelite. Brother Israelite?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, brother. Go
Nah,
ahead.
so going back to what he's saying, basically, remember when Nat Turner, basically when they had revolted against Massa, what the heck, did they not kill the ones that weren't going to that were going to snitch on them, that was going to tell Massa what was going on, what they were planning? It's like, nah, we not here to sit here and cape for these people that don't want to be down with us. Like it is what it is. Whatever happens. This is what you choose. She chose Massa. This is what happened.
Yeah.
With all due respect, Mr. Israelite, Nat Turner's rebellion was unorganized. And if they had more organization, it would have been a lot more effective. And that's all I'm saying in this case. We need to be more directed. I'm not saying that the people who disregard us as Black men don't deserve the scrutiny that they receive. And it's not to say that it's not going to happen. But the external aspect of it is, we need to protect all our people from anybody who thinks that there's a precedence being set. Nobody gets to control how those people get to be dealt with but us.
Okay. Real quick. Okay, listen here. But when you have somebody that sits here and wants to go against our people, why are we going to protect them?
I'm not telling you to protect them specifically because, again, they deserve every bit of scrutiny that they get from us. What I'm saying is we need to protect them externally so that we don't set a precedence amongst other people who are not us.
Let me get Sister Brooke in here. Sister Brooke.
Yeah. I would like to speak on this as a Black woman, right? She put herself in a position that she could not be protected. Okay? Because had she listened to the Black community, she would have not have been that close to our open enemy. But she let her open enemy in her bed. And then, so how can anybody protect her from someone that is in her bed, who she let in her house? So therefore, after the fact, there is nothing that we can do. Me, as a Black woman, I am very much aware that if I enter in a relationship with them, that this could be my fate at any time. Therefore, I do not do it and I stick with my own. So, and that is something that my father taught me. That is something that the men around me taught me. That is something that the women around me taught me, is to protect myself first. That way other people can protect me afterwards.
There it is. Thank you so much, Sister Brooke. Thank you, beloved.
Respectfully, I will agree to disagree only on the basis of I'm not speaking individually, because I do get that we all make our own beds, but I'm only speaking of precedents as a community, because it's not just Black women who are vulnerable, it's our children, it's the disabled, it's a lot of other people in our communities that are targets. And then it's not just Black women saying dumb things. You know, my thing is that where do we set the line? How far do someone has to go to not be able to be saved? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be preachy, but it's just for the sake of a community that's being hit on all sides, you know, and we're constantly pushing back the narrative. We have to have a level of sovereignty even amongst our lowest. That's all.
Bingo. That's what he said, Tariq. Preachy. That's what he sound like. He got what he's saying in retrospect isn't necessarily wrong, but that same thinking is along the line of what Dr. King was on. And I don't really agree with a lot of shit that Dr. King, looking back, what he agreed on. I'm more like Malcolm. Listen, man, we got too much going on for people that undermine us, that we got to come up for a word for when you're not a tether, you of lineage, but you do everything, whether it's a bed winch, whatever, you do everything to undermine us and demean us. And, you know, you think sleeping with the enemy, your child's hair going to look better and all of that, man. I ain't really with that. Now, do I think what happened to her was wrong? Yeah, but I don't think that we should be wasting time on it. It's the same thing like, well, shit, with the drug dealer. You know what come with the game. I mean, look at all the stuff that happened with all the athletes and Black rich men that happened to them. Like, it's no different from what happened with her. Like, I mean, I don't even think we should be wasting this time on that, man.
Oh, man, thank you so much for that. Go ahead, X.
With all due respect, all I'm saying is the precedents that we protect. I'm saying that everything that you described, if you would have came at me maybe 20 years ago, I would agree with you. But in the recent light of things that have been coming to light and the things that we all know,
You're telling me that the misunderstanding was. You're telling me that the misunderstanding was.
Damn it, my fault for that one. Oh shit. Here we go. We're gonna play it again.
Let's get Israelite in the building.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good. You're a little low, brother. You're a little low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little bit better. You on some headphones?
Yeah.
Just
Okay, how about now?
send them back to Timu in the morning. And you got you. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Nah, going off of what Afro said, definitely, you know, when you lose the Black community support, like, you know, all this shit you were saying she had on her, you know, her Twitter page and all that, like, once that happens, you know, we're not gonna back you on anything. Like, so it sucks that You know, she lost her life, but you know, when you sit here and turn your back on your own community, there's nothing that we can do for you.
Real talk.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna drop right there, man. Since you said my shit all bad.
Oh yeah, thank you, brother. All right, Tyrone, you good, Tyrone? All right, let me get Tyrone out of here. What's up, brother McCall? I see you down there, family. Let's get Mr. KP, FBA KP in the building.
Hey Tariq, how you
Hey
doing?
KP, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I've been meaning to get up here and talk to you for a while. There's you talked before about how Howard has the a tether problem, and yeah, I'm actually going there next semester. And it's funny online. I just seen they had this like Africa takeover thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that, and if you have any like advice on how to um, connect with other FBAs and organize while at school.
Oh, you're good. You can see your fellow FBA brothers. Just make sure the hairlines are intact. You can see that. But yeah, we talk about that African takeover thing they do. That's very interesting. African takeover. You're taking over an HBCU. See, this shows that we're different. Yeah, we're not African because if we were African, you wouldn't have to do an African takeover. And listen to how hostile that sounds. The African takeover. It should be African sit your ass down. Who are you going to take over? To me, that's very disrespectful. That's extremely disrespectful. And that shows that we are different ethnically. So, but people like to delineate on their own terms. See, they hate when we delineate. When we set the rules of delineation, they want to cry foul. But they delineate all the time. They like to be in control of the delineation. See? And we took that power away from them by us delineating. So you got to understand that. Let's get X Petty. How you doing, X?
I'm all right. My name is Charles. I'm Black American or whatever that is. I'm not here to disrespect FBA, but I wanted to bring up that point with the young lady who recently passed.
Mm-hmm.
I have to disagree with the other gentleman because I feel we're only as strong as our weakest links. Now, internally, I do agree that they should have a level of scrutiny and disdain for how they treat and speak on us. But at the same time, externally, people should still be held accountable because if they see that we're cutting them off, they don't care if they're going swirling or whatever. They just see a target. And I don't want to set a precedence amongst our people thinking that it's okay to get any of us, regardless of how we speak it. And that's just what I wanted to speak on, Mr. Nasheed. I didn't, no disrespect.
No, none taken, none taken. Now, you said you didn't want to disrespect foundational Black Americans. Now, what is your lineage?
I am Black American. It's just, there's a lot of division amongst us, because not a lot of Black Americans identify as FBA or ADOS. I do agree with it on a political level because I do recognize when it got picked up back in 2021 and when it was coined. So, and I do agree with everything that it held when they released it on the reparations.
Hold on, slow down.
Oh, okay.
You don't identify. You don't. No. Your FBA lineage don't work like that.
Right.
You don't wake up and you're not a foundational Black American just because you make an announcement. Either you are or you're not.
I am. My father is Gary, Indiana, or originate from Mississippi, Tennessee. My mom, California, originate from Arkansas.
Any immigrants in your family at all?
No, sir.
None.
My granddaddy worked in the steel mills, and my great grandfather on my mama's side, they were Native American.
Okay.
But no, I have. I've done my lineage. It got white American, of course, because as Paul Mooney say, you shake a tree, a nigga fall out.
Mm-hmm.
But
How far down did you go back to the
1645.
Okay. 1645. Okay, that's the white side, most likely.
That's what I was saying, because because most of the ones that went back with my black side, it stopped in about 1800, and it was unknown slaves. There was no records. I don't have those type of records, and besides that, before my granddaddy, I don't know who my father was. So I come from a bastard line anyway.
Right.
So
So
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Was here in the 1800s. The foundation of this country. That's by definition, they are foundational Black American. If they were Black here, early 1800s or far, by definition, they are foundational. That's nothing that you have to identify or unidentify with. That's just a written in stone factual statement. All right.
I get that. And it's just been a weird place with this recently, because this is the first time I've seen Black America kind of push back, the whole aspect of identity and all that. It's never been something that's ever really been challenged growing up. Everybody was on that Pan-African tip. So when this is kind of a recent phenomenon for me, and I've been here of course, my whole life. So, and yeah, this is just I didn't really want to speak up on that part. I just wanted to speak on, we are as strong as our weakest links. We have to protect even those who may not even want to identify, because regardless of how we see them internally, externally, they only see us as a target, no matter how we identify.
So let's unpack that now. Because if somebody sits up here and shits on the Black community and they get rubbed out of here, I mean, should we really put the cape on?
I'm not. Well, my thing is that like I said earlier, they deserve every bit of internal scrutiny from our respective leaders and those who have a platform. Yes, but if a white man feels that he can just open season on people that we disregard, I feel like we're setting a precedence we don't want to. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they don't deserve scrutiny or criticism.
Israel is raising his hand. Let me get him in here, because I don't know if I agree with that. Israel, brother Israelite. Brother Israelite.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, brother.
Nah, so going back to what he's saying, basically, remember when Nat Turner, basically when they had revolted against, Massa, what the heck? Did they not kill the ones that weren't going to that were going to snitch on them? That was going to tell Massa what was going on, what they were planning? It's like, nah, we not here to, sit here and, cape for these people that don't want to be down with us. Like it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. This is what you choose. She chose Massa. This is what happened.
Yeah.
With all due respect, Mr. Israelite, Nat Turner's rebellion was unorganized. And if they had more organization, it would have been a lot more effective. And that's all I'm saying in this case. We need to be more directed. I'm not saying that the people who disregard us as Black men don't deserve the scrutiny that they receive. And it's not to say that it's not going to happen. But the external aspect of it is we need to protect all our people from anybody who thinks that there's a precedent being set. Nobody gets to control how those people get to be dealt with but us.
Okay. Yeah, real quick. Okay, listen here. But when you have somebody that sits here and wants to go against our people, why are we going to protect them?
I'm not telling you to protect them specifically, because again, they deserve every bit of scrutiny that they get from us. What I'm saying is we need to protect them externally so that we don't set a precedent amongst other people who are not us.
Let me get Sister Brooke in here. Sister Brooke.
Yeah. I would like to speak on this as a Black woman, right? She put herself in a position that she could not be protected. Okay? Because had she listened to the Black community, she would have not have been that close to our open enemy. But she let her open enemy in her bed. And then, so how can anybody protect her from someone that is in her bed, who she let in her house. So therefore, after the fact, there is nothing that we can do. Me, as a Black woman, I am very much aware that if I enter in a relationship with them, that this could be my fate at any time. Therefore, I do not do it and I stick with my own. So, and that is something that my father taught me. That is something that the men around me taught me. That is something that the women around me taught, that women around me taught me, is to protect myself first. That way other people can protect me afterwards.
There it is. Thank you so much, Sister Brooke. Thank you, beloved.
Respectfully, I will agree to disagree only on the basis of I'm not speaking individually, because I do get that we all make our own beds, but I'm only speaking of precedents as a community, because it's not just Black women who are vulnerable, it's our children, it's the disabled, it's a lot of other people in our communities that are targets. And then it's not just Black women saying dumb things. You know, my thing is that where do we set the line? How far do someone has to go to not be able to be saved? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be preachy, but it's just for the sake of a community that's being hit on all sides, you know, and we're constantly pushing back the narrative. We have to have a level of sovereignty even amongst our lowest. That's all.
Bingo. That's what he said, Tariq. Preachy. That's what he sound like. He got the what he's saying in retrospect isn't necessarily wrong, but that same thinking is along the line of what Dr. King was on. And I don't really agree with a lot of shit that Dr. King, looking back, what he agreed on. I'm more like Malcolm. Listen, man, we got too much going on for people that undermine us, that we got to come up for a word for when you're not a tether, you of lineage, but you do everything, whether it's a bed winch, whatever, you do everything to undermine us and demean us. And, you know, you think sleeping with the enemy, your child's hair going to look better and all of that, man. I ain't really with that. Now, do I think what happened to her was wrong? Yeah, but I don't think that we should be wasting time on it. It's the same thing like, well, shit, with the drug dealer. You know what come with the game. I mean, look at all the stuff that happened with all the athletes and Black rich men that happened to them. Like, it's no different from what happened with her. Like, I mean, I don't even think we should be wasting this time on that, man.
Thank you so much for that. Go ahead, X.
With all due respect, all I'm saying is the precedents that we protect. I'm saying that everything that you described, if you would have came at me maybe 20 years ago, I would agree with you. But in the recent light of things that have been coming to light and the things that we all know, we have to give our people a level of grace. They've spent multiple billions of dollars to keep us in this low position. Why have we been here almost for 400 years and yet we're still at the bottom? It's not by coincidence. None of these things are by coincidence. So when I say protect us on a sovereign level, I'm not speaking on Martin Luther King because he was talking about us coming together. I'm talking about us as Black people being a sovereignty. And that's holding our lowest and our highest accountable for the things that they do and the things that they say, the same way that we would hold Mr. Nasheed accountable for the things that he said. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get cousin Jerry in here. Cousin Jerry.
Hey Flex, how's it going?
What's up? You good?
I'm pretty good. About yourself?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, cousin Jerry?
I want to address this. We cannot protect bad behavior, like Sister Brooke said. Now, let me address what the young man's trying to say. We have a system. If someone bothers our elderly, we go to war. If someone touch our children, we go to war. If someone touch our mother, our daddy, our brother, our sister, we have a system. When George Floyd was unalive, you saw our system in effect. Even though they tried to tell us that he was a ratchet, that he was a drug addict and all that, we deemed him off limits because of the way he was murdered. This young lady, she was an open enemy. There was no way we can redeem her. There's no way we can have space for someone that exempted her killer when she said black men kill except white men. She exempt the enemy that she invited in. We cannot hold space or protect that. But the elderly that are vulnerable, the disabled that are vulnerable, you touch a disabled person in the black community, you don't see that night, you won't end up in the hospital, if not the morgue. We have a system. We do not accept this nonsense that you're trying to shoehorn in. And now we don't do that. If you're going to be an open enemy, you're going to hold your own nuts. It's just that simple. Thanks, Flex, and I'm gonna drop down.
Respectfully, I'm not trying to give this particular woman any form of like specific grace. What I'm trying to say is again, we are as strong as our weakest links. You speak of the elderly and the women and the children, but Mr. Nasheed already said our vigilance on those particular are pretty high, including ourselves.
There you go.
But so what I'm saying is protecting a president is like, okay, oh, so they don't care about her because she be talking down on that. So who else can we do? You know, it's just going to be a precedence where they're going to pick holes at who they feel is going to be soft, like he was saying, soft targets. We have to hold them all accountable externally. I'm not saying that we have to uphold them within the community, but every person that comes at us, regardless of status, should be held to justice, held accountable to the sovereignty that is Black America.
There you go.
I don't want them picking and choosing because they think that they got something over us. Now, as far as her, you're right. She made her bed, she got to lay in it, but so does that nigga too. I don't want him thinking he got away with shit just because he thinking that we feel some kind of way about something. I don't want people controlling our emotions or our presidents thinking that they can get away with some shit. I'm sorry, excuse my language.
You're all right. You're all right.
But I'm just that's what I'm tired of. It ain't about her. It's always about who's always been the number one. That's white folks. They always studying us. They always trying to find a way to get in by setting some kind of precedents, trying to poke holes. Okay, here, and here. But if we close all doors,
X. Hold on.
I'm guessing.
Okay, X. How old are you, brother?
I'm 37.
37. You ever been married?
Once.
Once. How long you married?
Not long. It was 11 months. I was in the military.
God damn. Was she white or Asian?
She was Black.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I only date Black.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. All right, but thank you so much, Brother X. I appreciate you. All right, listen. My thing is this, family. That woman, like Cousin Jerry said, that woman sat online crapping on Black men. She thought that was cute. There were brothers warning her about Zaddy. She sat there mocking people who were warning her about Zaddy. See, if you play little Russian roulette and you spin the bullet and the bullet don't miss, who's to blame here? Family is like insurance. You have to pay your premium. She wasn't paying the premium. You're disrespecting the insurance company. See, the Black community is
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Insurance company. When you say, I ain't going to pay my premium, I ain't paying nothing, then you get in an accident, you want the insurance company to come through, you ain't been paying your dues. That's what the Black community is like. You want to denigrate Black men and the Black community by proxy by rolling around with Zaddy. You ain't paying your dues. And then when shit go left, we're supposed to come out and pay premiums. No. We can be sympathetic. We don't want you to, we don't want nothing to harm you. That's unfortunate. But we don't owe no premiums. That's what we're saying. Y'all better understand the social contract of reciprocity. See, community support is not limitless. It's not an unconditional resource. Community support, that's a social contract and it's built on mutual respect, and preservation. If you sit your ass up here and you build your platform and your personal brand on denigrating black men and the black community and black culture, you are intentionally severing the social contract. You see? You can't set fire to the village and then demand shelter when the rain comes. No. You thought you were different. When people were trying to warn you, hey, sis, that ain't it. Y'all shut up. Y'all just hating on my glow up. Soft girl life. Y'all just want to hate. All right. We done already warned you. We done gave you what we can give you. You didn't want it, so don't come spinning the block now. Your family don't need to spin the block. We told you what was up. Y'all divestors, y'all sit here thinking that shit is cute. Y'all try to build your little brand by sitting up shitting on brothers. And the minute Zaddy bop you in your damn head, y'all run to us talking about, hey, where's the protectors? All of a sudden, y'all get pro-black when shit goes left. When Zaddy jumps on you and his white cop buddies don't do nothing, all of a sudden, y'all want to come to the black community talking about black brother, black brother, black brother, like no other, strong brother. Don't sing black brother now. It's white boy summer, right? I thought it was white boy summer. Come on. See, that's why you got to show your loyalty all the time. That's like Tethers. Tethers sit around talking shit about us all the time. And then when the immigration trucks pull up on that ass, all of a sudden, hello, swing low, sweet chariot, nigga. I want to sing a Negro spiritual. No, don't sing Negro spirituals, Doodle Tunde. Don't come down to Selma now that the ice trucks is on that ass. Everybody want to shit on the black community and then spin the block when the block is hot. No. See, I love this period now. It's time for everybody to shit or get off the pot. Everybody's accountable. You better be in or you out. You better be on code or get the hell on somewhere. All that pussyfooting around, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No, 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 no. It's time for everybody to be serious here. What's up, FD?
Hey, what's going on, Flex? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, sir, for having me on. It seemed like everybody kind of like Brooke, Sister Brooke and your cousin, he kind of spoke on what needed to be said already, but it kind of reminded me of that movie Sinners. You know, like that scene where he had cornbread. He was standing outside. He had already had left, at this point, especially since we're in a renaissance,
Yeah.
everybody who is of the family should have no problem being checked because you
Right.
don't know where they've been or who they've been associated with. And like that, I guess X was talking about, protecting everybody externally. That's very vague because if you let somebody who's not on code in our circle, who's probably been compromised, that
Mm.
could lead to us not just losing the movements like we've seen in the past get lost or destroyed, but also cost lives. So that's all
Right.
I wanted to say, and I'll land
Yo,
right there, brother.
That's
yo.
such a good point. That Sinners analogy is a very good analogy. Like Cornbread in the movie, they loved him. That's the brother. He was already in, but when he went out, he got compromised. He got infected, and they knew it.
These fucking
They
sirens,
knew if they
shit.
let
That
him
just
in,
had
it
some
would have
damn
been bad
sirens go
news.
through here. I mean, a
They
fire
knew they had
truck
to.
and
Hey,
shit.
you the homie, but you're gonna have to stay out there.
But with what Tariq said, is just yeah. He I don't think. Well, he hit on some points that he hasn't hit on before, though. You know about how jacked up their choices be, man. Like they choose a white man, just to spite us and shit, and it's just crazy, man. I can't deal, bro. I can't. So. Thank you guys for coming through. It's your guy Ray Hama, 1 versus a million. I'm not your fan. I'm not your stand for. I ain't brother. Peace out.